Have a field day with that, Frank. Let's go live.
Fun to be live.
Sometimes God just gives you gifts, Frank. It's a good day to be alive.
All right. Mets going for the sweep today. Playing really good baseball. Currently have the best record in baseball. It's the 1 year anniversary of Grimace. 1 year anniversary of Grimace. It's amazing where the team's come since then. But really going well right now. Nationals, the good win yesterday with David Peterson. David Peterson is like really actually starting to look like he's actually reliable. So, hope the Mets can get the sweep and live again, and let's go. Let me turn on the comments.
Frank, who's your favorite pitcher on the Mets right now? Peterson's performance last night, I know you already liked him, but is it still Senga or Diaz?
Probably Diaz.
Frank's live now. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're good. Just FYI. Oh, he was looking for you. I know. He wanted to tell you. Did you get a news?
Oh, Alvarez is back.
Like with his chest. He was saying it with his chest. Because he called him right on the spot. That's what he said. Cold. Oh, he called? Yeah, he heard it from his voice.
I mean, didn't Alvarez want to spend more time with his little girl? I mean, Sanger should have got the start today.
Frank's really big on, what is it? Paternity leave, Frank? That's your specialty.
I mean,
Frank's always been pro paternity.
I mean, and
wasn't Mikey editing something in the hospital? Frank, we got people in nice clothes in the building, just FYI. So maybe don't say anything too insane.
Jenks, answer your phone.
Probably 31 or so.
If you can, I'm calling you.
Yeah, we got to figure out a date. The 15th, 16th of August didn't look too bad. If that was I know it was one of the dates they spitballed.
Okay, so I'll put that as a reminder for myself. 15th or 16th. Francis?
Yeah. Because he said August will probably be the best choice.
Yeah, I agree. I think they want to make a big to-do. Brooklyn Cyclones, if you want to tell the chat.
Yeah, might be cooking up something with the Brooklyn Cyclones. And something's going on with your phone. Yes. Mikey says he's trying to call you. And
I have my notification. I'm calling.
All right, good start.
What do you think is my best view? Should I go into StreamYard? So it's upcoming notes live. Sorry, all right, I can see the comments. If I click it, it shows it. Now I get the whole thing. Well, then just let me know if
Best cherry soda. I like Dr. Brown's black cherry soda and Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Frank, I got my eyes on the chat too. You can let the chat.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
The light show.
Oh, yeah.
Is on the other? No. The other end of
Me too.
Did you see CB Buckner, like got into he's an umpire who got in a fight with a catcher over warm-up pitches and threw the catcher out and then threw the manager out. I mean, CB Buckner has clearly taken the mantle of Angel Hernandez's worst umpire in baseball.
Is he old?
Yeah, he's been around a while, 20 years at least. I'd like to get out to Petco sooner or later. Best soda to go with chicken tenders, Sprite.
Frank, when are we going to Petco Park?
I'd like to get out to Petco Park.
I'd like to get out to Petco Park too. So one way to get Frank to any city is if we can get a walk set up, we'll get budget for it.
Yep.
So you know, like a star, let us know.
James Wood is a pretty good player. It's going to be a pain in the ass for a while.
Frank, you're a day one CB Buckner truther?
CB Buckner is terrible.
So were you a truther or not?
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. I'm trying to figure it out.
I think the Washington Nationals have one of the worst road uniforms in baseball. There's no style to this. The way they write Washington, it looks like it's just like a stamp that somebody just made. Just plain Jane, completely boring. Yeah.
Is Frank allowed to talk about that rumor about the Yankees old-timing thing? Frank, did you hear that rumor about the Yankees old-timer game?
Yeah, they're playing softball because Jeter can't play hardball anymore. Meanwhile, the Mets are having an old-timers day. They're calling it the Mets Legends game. And I think they're playing real baseball. But Jeter, that's why they haven't played. You know, the problem is they haven't been playing old-timers days recently. They haven't played, and it's because Jeter didn't want to play. I mean, Derek Jeter is the biggest fraud phony there is.
Love to do walk with him.
Yes. Ah. Almost had a nice double play there.
It's on the phone?
Seeing if there's a replay. Probably it's hard double play to churn.
I think Pete took a second too long. He did an extra glove pat thing. Ooh, that was close.
They're not worth
Very close.
not worth reviewing. The Mets don't get 2 reviews.
Oh. Wow, this guy's batting .087 against the Mets. That's like something you would say.
Well, he's a dangerous hitter.
Lindor.
Good play. That was a good play. All right.
Through the top of the first.
So what's going on, everybody? Let's see. Thank you for joining. But yeah, I think it's I'd love to get out to Petco Park eventually. I want to see all the ballparks. I want to see them all. My ballpark review videos are going to be coming out again soon. Some of them are going to be a little bit old because I recorded most of them last year. But hey, we'll get them out.
Yeah, Frank, why don't you give them a full view of your shirt? It's a great shirt. Someone's just
Yes, there it is. It's got like a comic book style Dr. K shirt. Who's my U.S. Open pick? I don't know.
Are we going back?
Was that?
Are we going back to U.S. Open? Remember what? Was that last summer or the year before?
Oh, that was the year before. Well, that's the tennis U.S. Open.
Oh, my bad.
Maybe we can get out there this year. But U.S. Open is this weekend.
So who you got?
I'm going to go Brooks Koepka.
Phil, do you agree Lindor should be named captain?
I don't think it matters too much.
I think that's probably a smart answer.
I think it's more ceremonial.
Yeah.
And
But he is the captain.
leadership is done in action, not in title.
He is the captain.
That's a good quote.
But
Frank, you
but
like that quote?
yep,
Leadership is done in action, not in title.
he is the captain. Whether he's not captain or not, boy, these Washington road uniforms. There is no style.
Yeah, it's like a Microsoft Word doc.
It's no style. What will the Dolphins' record be this year? 4-13.
Scotty Tuhati was a great wrestler. Remember that, Frank? Scotty Tuhati, Rikishi.
Yep.
Who's the third? Who's Scotty Tuhati's partner?
Brian Christopher.
What was his moniker?
Was he Grand Sexy?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you know who Brian? You know Brian Christopher's. And now he's passed away now. But you know who? What his full name is?
What?
Brian Christopher Lawler.
Huh.
He's Jerry Lawler's son.
Legend.
Did you know that?
What's up, Sparky?
Still came in, right?
Always. What's the Dolphins' record next year, Frank?
4-13. 4-13. And hopefully an entire house cleaning, a fumigation of the of the front office. Not just house cleaning. We need it completely fumigated. Someone says get Jenks a mic. Ugh. What's going on with this guy? Oh, it's just this girl that has her sunglasses up.
Oh, the sledgehammer. What do you think of the sledgehammer, Frank?
It's working.
Do you remember what I told you what I used to do with my sales team?
Yep.
Walked around with a sledgehammer. Those are the good old days. Is he hurt?
That was from 2020 where he tore his Achilles.
Totally missed that.
During the
He was severely hurt 5 years ago.
during one of the COVID games, with nobody in the crowd.
Oh, that's brutal. Frank, what's the best Mets jersey of all time?
I kind of have a soft spot for the '86 jersey with the racing stripes.
You didn't have lunch today, right?
Not yet. Look at this woman that's sitting behind home plate with her sunglasses up. Look at the sun reflecting off those glasses. Yeah, there's a fan that it hit him in the hand. That's the one that dropped it. And then you had that kid made the catch with the soda home run.
Frank, would you do a raw dog review at Mount Rushmore?
Yes.
Is there anywhere you wouldn't do one?
Or are they asking for a Mount Rushmore of?
No, they want it at Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, sure. South Dakota's one of the states I haven't been to yet, so I'd like to do one.
That'll be fun. Are the Tigers for real or Fugazi?
I think they're a pretty good team. I think they're a legitimate contender, but I don't know if they have the experience necessary to make a deep playoff run.
You ever watch a cricket match?
I watched a little bit on TV, and one time I was walking and I saw some people playing cricket in the park. Oh, ah,
Buster Ball.
yep.
Trey says 86 ones are the best.
Oh, there's a kid. There's a kid. They just showed it on the video board.
86 is the best, but it's a toss-up with something else, with those in the new black ones. I think a lot of people love the new black ones.
Yeah, the black uniforms actually do look good. Maybe it'll show the. Watch this. Look! You see him?
What a grab!
I mean, that was a great catch that
Now
kid
are they
made.
going to show the guy that just took it in the stomach?
No, he hit him in the hands. They showed the bat before. It was over his head and he dropped it. What's going on here? Are they meeting in the mines over there?
Meaning of the minds. Are they actually making the Spaceballs too, or is Kyle messing with us?
They are making Spaceballs too.
And Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement?
That was the one thing that they were trying to get, and it looks like they finally got it. And usually when they do these sequels, it's, boy.
Are the Oilers toast?
I'll say this: the Oilers got to come out and win today. If they don't, they're toast. They're leaking oil. The Oilers are leaking oil.
You going to see Happy Gilmore too?
Maybe it's going to be on Netflix, so it'll be easy to watch. I don't think it's going to theaters.
I tried to get Frank in that movie, but completely failed. But just so you guys know, whenever something good happens, it means 20 other things didn't happen.
Yeah, I think that would have been great to be in that movie.
Yeah, I fucked up. Look. Just like that picture. Frank, you ever watch F1? I got my eyes on the chat.
F1? No.
Oh, we're doing the cinematic. Do you like this?
It's good in small batches.
That was a lazy tag.
Goes ball forward, doesn't matter.
Thank you. Makes more sense. I was like, what? He made no effort on it at all. No fun.
It's like bar. Really bar. Remember when he won Rookie of the Year? Who was it? Basically, Buster Only and two Atlanta sports writers were the only ones that didn't vote for him.
He is hot again. He's 375 in June.
Whew. Something about the month of June.
Do you have any positive puns for June, Frank?
Not really.
You enjoy.
Do you have any positive puns for anything?
I don't know if I do.
You should think about it sometime. You're already free time.
Buster Ball. The Buster Balls are out today.
Tom Buster.
I mean, there used to be month of June where the Mets would only win 5 games all month.
Yeah, Mets have had some miserable Junes.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3-hour game. I'm calling it now.
A 3-hour game.
Say his name, Frank.
Jeff McNeil.
Goddamn right.
It's nice to see him actually do something recently.
Sort of lost. walks a lot.
Yeah, nobody walks more than he does.
Literally? Man, I know ball.
He's got like 60, close to 60 walks already this season.
So I was noticing that even when he wasn't hitting well, he was like walking good now.
Yeah, he is like got an incredible amount of walks. He's like leading the league in walks.
So is it fair to say pitchers are kind of terrified of him? They pitch around him?
That and he has the best eye, the best batter eye.
Woo!
Did I go? Did I go? Did I go?
Woo!
Yes, it did.
Let's go, baby!
No buster ball that time.
You could feel the pop on that one, all three of us. Woo! 3-0 Mets. Frank, give a little play-by-play. What just happened?
A nice 3-run homer by Jeff McNeil right into the little area by the foul pole. Didn't wrap around the foul pole, but it was about 20 feet from the foul pole down the right field line. Right, tucked it right into the stands.
Can you imagine being such a dumbass to call that guy McFeeble? I mean, what kind of a moron would say that? I can't even imagine. This guy's been. Didn't he hit a walk-off the other day?
Yeah, walk-off hit.
Oh, my God.
Only pitch thrown that inning, too.
Mr. fucking Clutch. Say his name.
The only pitch. Oh, look, this kid couldn't catch it.
Loser. He's like 12.
So was the kid that made the catch for Soda yesterday.
Winner. Derek from the chat.
Derek.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
He's from the chat.
It's fucking impressive. Shout out Derek from the chat. I like to try to pop into like as many shows as I can. I don't always comment, but I'll like what? He's always in there. Always. Doesn't discriminate. Frank, where do you put Gary Cohen on baseball announcers? You go either current or all time.
He's one of the best right now, and we'll never get into the announcers ring Hall of Fame because they pick every St. Louis Cardinal announcer. In fact, there was a guy who did like 2 games for St. Louis Cardinals and never broadcast baseball again. Actually, never even watched baseball. That they put into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Is that just a blatant lie or is that an exaggeration? Because it can't be real. Okay. That's a blatant
everyone
lie.
who's
That's
ever
a
been in the
blatant
game
lie.
for the Atlanta Braves is also in the Hall of Fame.
Marte?
Nah.
3 long fly out the end.
That's what we call a good first inning.
Mets at Padres, end of July probably is not going to be good for me to get to. I'll probably have to get to a different San Diego game or go to next year. End of July is going to be probably other thing on my docket.
San Diego is definitely I'm looking forward to whenever we do that.
Yeah, I love to get out there. And then we have to do a classy walk. Do they still have
classy or classic?
Classy?
Classy.
You say classy, San Diego.
I don't know how I didn't immediately realize the reference to Ron Burgundy.
Do they still have Shamu, or did they get rid of, or did California make them get rid of Shamu?
Do you know what San Diego's named after?
A whale's vagina. Ron Burgundy said that. Preeminent newsman. Well, that won't be the next year. Mets are not going to play the Cardinals again this year.
Oh, they could be in the playoffs.
I don't think so.
The old days, you'd think he's talking about the Mets. He's talking about the Cardinals. Crazy.
Yeah. They had that little good stretch.
Yeah.
That stretch is over.
Back to being feeble.
They got just obliterated by the Blue Jays.
They need Gruden to visit them again.
They got obliterated by the Blue Jays. Now, I think they were surprised. They overperformed the first 2 months, but they know it's a rebuild, and it's just what they have to do. And Nolan Arenado will be available at the deadline. I can't see and he's not a good hitter anymore either. He's still got a good glove, but he's not a good hitter anymore. I mean, maybe he'll occasionally run into a home run, but his days of being a prolific power hitter and two-way player are over. I could see him definitely ending up on the Yankees.
Frank, how many countries have you been to?
U.S. and Canada, that's it.
And is your passport up to date?
Yeah, but I might have to get one next year.
What do you mean you might?
I have to get one next year.
Okay.
I don't know when I have to start the process, but I think expires like middle of the year
It
next
only
year.
takes about 6 weeks, so you probably should. It's actually very easy. I did it recently. You just mail it in, and they mail it right back.
So maybe something we'll do maybe towards the end of summer or so.
Because I'm not getting that real ID. I got my passport.
Well, I got real ID.
My goal is to never go to a DMV for the rest of my life.
The real ID, once you do it, you don't have to do it again.
Actually, my license is going to expire next year.
Then you do it.
I just don't want to go to DMV. I don't like driving either.
Well,
Then you can't make me drive across the fucking country if I don't have a license.
Well, if we have to drive, then
Then we're just going to die with you behind the wheel.
35 miles per hour down the highway.
It's going to take us
Get your
7
motor
days.
running.
It's going to be like grapes.
Get up.
I was trying to get to San Diego. We're going to take a wagon.
One day I'd like to get like a bus and just see every state, visit my fans in every state, raw dog and walk in every state, and just have one massive, just grand see the USA road trip.
Adulation and hot dogs. That's all this man wants. Frank, can you admit you were wrong about Jeff McNeil?
He's been playing really good lately. He's back to what he was in 2022.
Is that Beatty at third?
Yep.
He's been looking pretty sharp now.
He's been good
Drake Love, the bat's starting to lag a bit though.
That is.
He's in a bit of a
What's he
slump.
batting now?
He's like 4 for his last like 30 something.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, he plays great defense, so he's
which is shocking because he was so bad defensively.
Yeah.
What Frank and I really want is if we can get a sponsor, we would take him around the country like John Madden used to take that bus and just go from ballpark to ballpark.
I would love
any
that.
sponsor that got behind that, we will deliver more content than anybody could ever promise you.
Frank, what are some Mets complete game shutouts that you've seen in person? Were you at the Severino one last year?
Yes, I was, in fact.
So that's one.
Yes, I was, in
For
fact.
the ballpark game.
I think I was at that. Where did he go again? Severino?
Sacramento.
So he's just miserable.
Oh,
Right, you were saying he's miserable?
probably is. Probably is. Probably is.
How much more did he get? He got more an extra year, I think.
An extra year, yeah.
It-
67 million guaranteed.
There is nobody on that team that's happy.
Frank, you ever been to Louisville?
Yes, I have.
Somebody said that there's like a lot of history there and that you probably like it, which I agree.
I've been to the Louisville Slugger.
Factory, warehouse?
Yeah, and I that was nice. I went there with Doug's a couple years ago. Okay, he's smiling. What the fuck happened there?
What, he was hurt? Ooh, really good one, Frank. Would you rather drink ranch soda again or watch Daniel Vogel bat as a Met?
Probably ranch soda. The Dolphins did not trade Tua. They're stubborn.
Did you go to Churchill Downs?
No. The only thing I saw in Louisville, I did a raw dog in Louisville, and I went to Louisville Slugger. In fact,
It's a very frank trip.
In fact, you know that picture that of me in a batting cage where I'm like really fat and I can barely swing the bat?
It's not the nicest way to put it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was at Louisville Slugger.
I mean, it is nice. The way you can move now, it's nice.
Yeah, I'd probably be able to hit that swing better if I get back to Louisville Slugger.
Probably. When we're in Chicago, You're like Babe Ruth.
I'd love to get to St. Louis eventually.
We were there once. We were there when we did our road trip across the country.
Well, I was there this year for the Pete Weber walk too, but it was winter. I walked around St. Louis Stadium, though. I walked around the Cardinals Stadium.
I've been to a Cardinals game a long time ago. Beautiful stadium.
I actually walked around the Cardinals Stadium. But it was February, so
Frank,
no
a
baseball.
lot of people want you to walk with Buster, and they're saying if you could do it with SVP. A lot of people are also saying if you can walk with Buster, world peace is attainable, which I think is a fair point. Lead by example.
Well,
like
I'm
we're
not going to
saying.
be the one that puts out the olive wrench.
So to be clear, after all the shit you've said about him, Buster would need to come to you hat in hand, and then you think about it. This is what I work with.
What is the worst current ballpark I've been to? Well, let's see. The two worst ballparks I've been to are currently not being used. And that's Oakland and Tropicana Field, which is got all the charm of watching baseball in a Costco. Currently, which stadium would I say is the worst? I mean, I wasn't too impressed with Washington.
I don't like the new Yankee Stadium. Maybe I'm biased because I love the old one, but the new one, it feels like there's an actual division of classes.
Yeah, that is
like
an
the Coliseum.
that is a
You'd have,
definite
like a rich
issue.
area, and then you'd like the
That is a
players.
definite issue. Let me see.
Frank, you like coleslaw?
Yeah, no, I do not like coleslaw.
I bet no.
No.
Isn't there mayo in coleslaw?
Yes, there is. I tell you what, the worst ballpark I've been to. Of the current ballparks that are functional, I'm not counting Tropicana Field, which is on the disabled list this year. Southside Chicago, White Sox Park, Guaranteed Rate Stadium. That stadium sucks.
Yes, Frank agrees that Yankee Stadium is overrated. And we do.
I have not been to Comerica. That's one of the stadiums I haven't been to.
I think the Knicks are actually.
I haven't been to Rogers Center either, and I think we've tried to reach out to the Blue Jays and try to get something up there, but I don't know. One day we'll get up there. Ugh, bad swing. That was a bad swing. Come on, I mean, he's doing that trying to lift the ball.
Frank, did we go to First Energy?
Was that First Energy?
In Pennsylvania? Were we in Pennsylvania? Or are they referring to something else? So when you were here and reading for Pennsylvania.
I don't know what First Energy Stadium is off the top of my head. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I did. That was Reading.
Sorry, Reading.
Yeah, that was a nice little minor league ballpark. I got to get out to Kaufman. I would love to get out to Kaufman.
Where's that?
Kansas City. They got fountains.
Kansas City is very underrated. I used to go there all the time because I worked with the University of Central Missouri when I lived in Italy, as weird as all of that sounds. But you know what they have in Kansas City, Frank? Great restaurants with great meat, steaks, burgers, ribs, all that kind of stuff. Do you know that?
Yeah,
Kansas City.
they're notorious for their barbecue.
Notorious is normally a bad thing.
Well, they're noted for their barbecue. Their barbecue places are like New York Italian pizza places and stuff like that.
Frank will go to Dodger Stadium with Rob Lowe. I think that's how he would go, right, Frank?
Yeah, probably.
I think that'd probably do the trick. And we've been in contact with his team, and they're the nicest, most humble people, and we're optimistic we're going to be able to do something with him soon.
And now here's Alvarez.
Frank, do you want one of the two teams to win in the Stanley Cup Finals? You rooting for anybody?
Not particularly. I mean, it will. I'm not a particularly Panther fan guy. I mean, the fans will care about it for about 2 minutes. Edmonton, meanwhile, if they lose, will be crying all winter again, all summer. I mean, and the fact that a Canadian team hasn't won a Stanley Cup since I was in high school is just utterly ridiculous.
What does it have to do with Houston?
But yeah, the Oilers, oh God, and they have so many good players. How do I like my steak cooked? Medium rare.
When does the Tanks Cooks with your little surprise accident come out?
With surprise accidents?
See, that's a problem that you don't even know which accident I'm referring to. When you almost lost your eyebrows?
Oh, I didn't record that one.
Oh, that was just for fun.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell that story?
Yeah, I had a fireball in my face. Although I had a big flare up when I made my pork chops last
Frank, to be
week.
clear, you blasted a fireball into your own face. The fireball didn't come out of the clouds. Nobody attacked you, right? Nobody
Right.
came in with a flamethrower.
Right.
Stole something.
And I had a couple of big flare ups where the fire was like roaring, and I was trying to put accent on over the roaring fire. That's gonna be on the pork chop video.
Does your building have a special insurance policy for you?
Manja, bon appetit. It's time for Tank Cooks.
Ah,
God, he sucks so much.
that's good content.
He just is terrible.
What's up, Plumber?
Terrible.
Frank's live, just FYI.
Jeff McPhee on it for a moment. Also, yeah, we are live, so don't say anything. It's good.
I had to still find someone
We
to.
don't see all the crazy stuff you normally say.
I'm going to the game on Sunday.
You're going Sunday, right, Frank?
Yep.
I'll see you there.
I had to find someone to go with me. It looks like a lot of people unavailable because it's Father's Day.
Oh, that's true.
Step in and tell Frank. It's-
Well, honestly, I forget. My dad's been gone so long.
I kind of want that Hawaiian shirt. Hopefully, it will fit this year.
What's the biggest size?
It should fit you, Frank. Now, right?
Well, last year they gave out like a small.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, but they won't now.
Last year they gave out a small. You're so dramatic.
I bet it fits you now.
They gave out exclusively smalls.
I'll tell you. The Senga jersey doesn't fit me, but it's close.
Did you get the Nemo jersey? That might have fit you.
What?
Did you get the Nemo jersey?
No, I got the Senga Japanese jersey. They gave that out a couple weeks ago.
Might fit in a couple months, man.
What?
It might fit in a couple months.
It could. It's like it's like it's close. It's close to where it's fitting. And it says instead of saying Senga on the back, it's in Japanese, which is I like that. It's cool.
Oh, that's badass.
I don't like wing sauce.
Yeah, shout out to Mikey Betts because you guys don't see him right now, but he's literally in the studio.
Behind the
show.
scenes, running the show.
So
running
I
the
would
ship.
guess Mikey probably already gives his baby girl Starbucks. I mean, that's what being a Betts is all about. How we eat Starbucks.
Oh, this guy wants to give the homeless free rides on the subway.
You like this guy, Frank?
No.
This
This
guy's-
is a good question.
this guy's wild, right?
All three of you Mets guys.
This guy is like
This guy's wild.
this guy.
Pitcher.
No, Zoran. This guy actually it says that that Cuomo is a right-wing extremist.
All right.
Like
Frank, who are your Mets all-star
He's
locks
so
right now?
this guy's so extreme.
yeah, he's like so he is beyond left.
I don't doubt it.
He makes Fidel Castro. He thinks Fidel Castro wasn't liberal enough.
Who do you think are Mets all-star locks right now?
Alonso,
Lindor.
Lindor. Not sure about Soto.
Diaz.
How does
Diaz, yeah.
baseball do compared to like
Uh,
NBA? Is it also split up like fan voting?
Fans can only vote for position players.
Okay.
And not bench guys.
Yep.
How does that pitching? Does
That's completely done by the manager.
And the league now, unfortunately.
Yep.
like fans aren't allowed to vote
Nope.
on pitchers?
Nope.
And what's the logic on that?
Basically, that a lot of pitchers aren't available because for if you pitch like the Saturday or Sunday before the All-Star game, you tend to get left off the All-Star
I think
roster.
you pitch the Sunday before you're not even like can't be an option. They changed that.
Do you still get named as well?
Yeah.
That's right.
Like 1985, I think that's why Dwight Gooden wasn't an All-Star in '85 when he was like 24-4. And like
4-4, he wasn't an all-star.
153 ERA.
yeah,
What?
Maybe the greatest pitching season.
Wait, how is he not an all-star?
Because I think
yes, he pitched Sunday.
But was he named one? That's why I'm
I
getting
think
confused.
I feel like he was, right, Frank?
I think he probably was, but he
Okay.
definitely didn't appear in the game.
I think he was named.
But yeah,
Derek from the chat says, "Hey, Coleman."
Derek,
He's everywhere.
Granite Screen, baby. 3 o'clock.
He's everywhere. Yeah, he'll be on that street too. How's the team going?
We're in the playoffs today. Today we won title today. Today's everything for us.
How many seasons in are you?
Year 5.
With the Granite.
Year 5. Today's everything for me. Everything.
Forgive me, but what's your starting five?
Cooper Flag, Tyrese Halliburton, AJ Advanced, Darren Peterson. He's like college now. And we have Arenas, Gilbert Arenas' kid.
You have Gilbert Arenas' kid?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Just walk Granite. Oh, doctor, that's right.
Oh, doctor.
Yeah, Derek from the chat says the Granite are loaded. Frank, what are your thoughts on the Toronto's 3 teams?
the Maple Leafs are just
Blue Jays are red hot.
the Blue Jays are playing well.
Yeah.
They could be a playoff team. I'm not gonna say that they're a lock, but they
They're
could
playing good baseball right now.
they could be a playoff team. The Raptors are completely rebuilding. Their glory days are gone,
Is Drake still?
and the Maple Leafs are just choke artists.
What's Drake's relationship with the Raptors? I know you're a big Drake guy.
I think that now that they kind of suck, he's about ready to become a Laker fan again.
Is that Michael Milken, Frank? He does the thing for the prostate cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ha!
If you know Michael Milken's past,
You wouldn't want to give money to prostate cancer.
Oh, no, you do. You still do. I think he's turned himself around. But Michael Milken in the 80s, wild stuff.
Yeah, I know you want to ask what that was about. Here we go.
Wild.
Put my
Let
head
me
down,
put
I looked
it
up.
this way. They could make a Wolf of Wall Street movie about him.
Oh, yeah. Wild stuff.
Since you shaved off the little mad scientist, that's one of your better self haircuts you've done in a while. Good, even symmetry all around.
You should give yourself haircuts, Frank.
Yep. I buzz it every month or so.
Save money that way.
It's like a bobblehead a month.
Save money. It's
That's Fleming currency. It's bobblehead.
I hate getting my haircut. I don't like. You gotta go there, stand.
Yep. What was the deal with the Milken? He was like the junk bond dealer, right?
Yep.
Frank, they want you in Seattle at T-Mobile.
I'd like to get out there.
That'd be great.
I haven't been to Washington State.
I haven't either.
I used to have meetings with Amazon there, and
Haven't been to
It's
Washington.
beautiful.
it's nice. And they legalized certain things much earlier than other places. People forget.
Like weed and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like one of the very first.
This guy's got an alien chain. Look at this.
Mind-blowing experience
Yeah, oh
to
yeah,
walk in
so
the
weird.
store, you're like, what the?
Remember the first time I went to a
It was
dispensary?
so
I'm like, this
weird.
is so weird.
I actually now have a dispensary across the street from my
You go a
apartment.
lot?
Ah,
Gummies, right?
I have my
I
gummies.
like gummies too.
You cut the opening the red ribbon ceremony, didn't you?
Yep, with the
Were you
mayor.
really?
Yes, they called him in.
With the mayor.
With the mayor of Belleville?
Yes.
Oh
Pretty good.
my
You like the
God.
mayor?
He's a good mayor.
Frank is connected with the mayor, and it kills me. It's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Do you ever watch Friday Night Lights, Frank? The guy in this promo was on the show.
I've never watched that show.
You might like that show a lot, Frank.
I think there's too much romance.
There's a little romance. It's a good mix of stuff. There is a lot of romance, but there's a lot of good football stuff. Interest. I don't know. I like it a lot.
Did you ever watch any dramas, Frank? Like any soap operas or shit like that?
Drama. Did you ever watch? I bet you watched like ER. No.
I watched that for
Yeah, because that was on after all the good shows. Remember?
yeah. I watched that, and
So
then
if you like ER, then maybe you would like that.
I think Friday Night's a great show. Did you see the movie, Frank?
yeah,
I
but a
like
long
it
time
more. I
ago.
like the movie more. Billy Bob.
See, I like the show more, but I saw the show before I saw the movie.
I saw the movie before the show.
Everyone else did. I went out of
I
order.
like the movie first.
Yeah.
I never watched the show all the way through, but I watched like the first 2 seasons. And it was fun.
Like
I don't know
ER.
if they've ever done it. It seemed like they were in high school for a very long
They were in high
time.
school for a while.
You know what?
Literally, they're like 30
You know
or
what?
so.
ER killed off my favorite character, and then I stopped watching it.
George
Which one?
Clooney?
The guy who the helicopter going on?
No
Yes.
spoiler alert.
Yeah. That was like the shit.
Oh
Like the-
wait, a helicopter?
yeah, it's like
fell
kind of
on?
like this guy who was a surgeon, was kind of a dick, and they kind of ruined everybody, and they dropped the
Dr.
helicopter.
Romano.
Yeah, Dr. Romano.
Why,
Yeah.
Did the blades get him, or was it just the
The
helicopter?
whole helicopter, right?
Yes.
The whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, like crap.
That was when that happened. I said, okay, I'm done with the show.
It went up. It
With
lasted
their
for another like.
budget, a helicopter. I know they were the biggest
Wow,
show.
it didn't
but-
look.
Yeah, I mean, I was
They
gonna
look
say,
ridiculous.
That's not in their wheelhouse to do helicopter crashes.
Wasn't a great.
Well,
they had like a tight set.
prior
like,
to that, he had his arm cut off by a helicopter while
That's
while yelling at somebody.
That's right. You always got fucked over by a helicopter.
Yeah, he was berating somebody on the roof, and he's like, "Why are you doing this?" And
Yeah.
he's like, in a helicopter, like, he cut off his arm.
And that was before it fell on him.
So first he had an arm amputated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blood squirted.
yeah,
That's
they-
a gruesome
they re-
scene for
They
DR.
re,
Was that 9 o'clock? I don't know.
they reattached
He
his
was on everything. It's Seinfeld.
You're right,
they-
it was
that
on
was a
that
show.
forever.
they reattached his arm, but he couldn't. He was
I would have to
he,
go to bed.
he couldn't get his he couldn't do surgery like he used to. He was depressed, and he was like angry at everyone, snapping at everyone.
Yeah.
And then the helicopter was like crashing and crashed on top of
Right
him.
on top.
Frank, it's a James Cameron film, but one of my favorite scenes ever is when Arnold says, "You're fired," and then shoots like a
True Lies.
True Lies is a good movie.
bazooka through a helicopter.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, it goes through the helicopter
No,
and then hits a target on the other side of it.
no, it goes through it
Or
goes through a building.
Yes, it goes through a building. And then
That's a fun movie. They're having fun with it. But
I'd
that's,
say it's one of my favorite
but that's
movies.
also like
There's "You're fired," and
Yeah.
then fucking literally fires it.
Remember
Nice hit.
remember early in the movie he's riding the horse and the horse refuses to jump over the building. You could have made it. And then he's in the elevator with the horse. The guy-
Arnold in his prime was just like, oh, you couldn't miss. Even like movies like Twins. I love Commando.
That was the one with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Like, I sat with my buddy once and watched Commando, and we did a kill count, and I think it was 184. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger kills 184.
Ah!
Because remember at the end, he
Yep.
takes out the entire like private military.
Yep.
I took a bet with Soda to get two of a combined RBI hits or runs. He already has one run.
Yep.
All I need is a hit, an RBI, and a run. I'll win my bet. He just dumps a little single in here. Cool. I'm in business.
You can even take a walk. You just comes around and score.
We need to score. That's what happened the
First,
first.
he gets hit by a pitch.
You need to come around and score. It wouldn't be a hit.
But if you walk, why would it walk?
You have to score though. Like Phil said.
Yeah.
You have to score. And that's what happened the first inning. He actually walked and scored a run. But even if he drives in,
Oof.
Oh, they don't like that.
Game last night, Frank, unbelievable.
That was so crisp, clean.
Oh my god!
I love seeing David Beasley go
As I
out
was
there.
tweeting that Frank had not texted me first time all year, not once during the whole game. And then as I tweeted it, he just texted Peterson complete game shutout.
It was
That was
the-
the only text.
It was the
Beautiful
easiest Mets win of the season, like never in doubt.
Dude, 3 home runs.
The
He
least
saw.
stressful night of the season for me. And it was very clear to me they must have gone up early.
They
Because
did.
he never was
They did. They were five. finished Friday. They had 3 home runs, 2 by Nimmo. Peterson was like, it was just the funnest game. Like that's why I love going to baseball games. Like something.
Oh
like
yeah, I
that.
saw the picture of you.
Oh my god, I had such a blast.
So you
Weather
were,
was
you had
perfect.
in the book the fucking
Fucking awesome.
complete game
I
shutout.
think I've only seen like 10 in person.
How many backwards these?
He has 6 strikeouts.
I
All
love
were
the
swinging.
strikeout.
I think
Oh,
all were
swing.
swinging.
Yeah, I think it was not strikeouts. He was getting ground balls.
He had 8 pitch first inning, right, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that you guys kept the pitch count.
And that is his game, right?
Yeah, the ground balls.
That's why they stick McNeil in center. Luckily, they took him out.
Would you have Peterson as an all-star?
He's in the mix.
Maybe.
No.
He went.
Fuck.
Frank's been giving McNeil his love, so I'm not going to ask him again, but just for the record.
McNeil's been great. I'm not a McNeil guy. McNeil's been great.
Even Frank's been saying
I'm
it.
not a McNeil guy.
Frank, are the Rockies going to beat the White Sox record?
I think they have a very good chance to. They
So bad.
It actually cracks Frank up every day. It's like
so-
one thing that brings him joy.
So bad. They blew a lead against the Giants. You see that game in the 9th inning? The Giants scored 4 runs off.
Yeah.
The
Blew
Chris-
on lead 2 nights in a row.
the Chris Bryant signing might be one of the worst signings in baseball history.
And he's in the dugout every day. He's in the dugout every day. He doesn't play. But he just watches his team lose after lose after lose.
They have no talent.
Oh, they're so bad.
They have no prospects
They don't have
either.
any prospects. No, the farm system sucks.
They're like they haven't drafted well. They haven't signed well.
Right, they are a mess.
And the best part is they're gonna have an all-star on their team. They have to.
Without Tovar.
He's injured. It can't be him.
From what I've heard about how baseball
No.
picks all-stars, the
It's
whole
gonna be like-
system is
Like
horrible.
Jake Bird.
It'll be a reliever. Jake Bird. Jack would be
You
a
have
middle
to have a
reliever.
player.
Or what about Vodnik?
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's
something like that.
the
That's what I'm
one reliever doesn't suck.
Frank,
Right.
which commissioner
Who sucks
came
the
up
least?
with these all-star voting rules?
Well,
Because they are wild.
it's antiquated from back when the 1930s when the All-Star game started.
Oh, so like World War II era?
It's like they took the fan vote away because they stuffed the batter's box in '57, but then they got the fan vote
What
back in
city did it?
1970.
Who did it?
Cincinnati.
Those paper ballots were never real, right? Like, there's no way those paper ballots at the ballpark you'd vote at.
They were real.
There's no way anyone was ever counting those.
They were real.
That's a really good question where neither of you know the truth, but you could totally
But
argue
you
either way.
can't. You can't. I think
Okay.
you proven right.
Phil?
Yeah.
Maybe in your time, they were fake.
Okay, yeah, like
Maybe
like
in your-
2005 it was probably fake.
But then how do you think they did it?
I think the league just picked the best players.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
like, oh, there's no controversy. The best players in the All-Star game every year.
Well, back then they started doing it on computer too.
Okay.
I remember in '98 when they, I believe, voted Kobe as a starter, even though the Del Harris was so stubborn he didn't even start on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started.
The All-Star.
Yao Ming was voted an All-Star game starter one year where he played like 5 games.
They started-
He
He
flooded the ballots.
dominated the votes.
They
for-
started doing the online balloting like in the late '90s, and I think as they got more and more online balloting,
Yeah.
the what you got.
They threw out the paper ballot.
Yeah, but if you went to a game in the '80s and the '70s, those were legitimate. They were punch ballots too. They were punch ballots.
Did you vote at them?
Yeah, I voted a couple times. I remember voting punch ballot.
Frank, do you remember
Also ballots.
punching me on the street today by accident?
Yeah,
You never apologized for that.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. I forgive you. Frank was doing a rant and he just full blown gave me a dead arm by accident. And I told him,
it wasn't the big red machine that stuffed the ballot box. It was the 1958 Reds stuffed the batter's box,
Of course.
where all 8 players were selected were Reds. And Major League Baseball stepped in and took the vote away. And only 3 Reds ended up starting the All-Star game. Oh, maybe that's why McNeil's hitting better. Look what he's using. He's using a torpedo bat.
Remember how nuts everybody went over that? And it was so funny when everyone realized, oh, every team has access to those and not everyone on the
They were
Yankees
using
uses
them all last
it
year.
was like great. Everyone acted like the world was fucking falling down.
basically, Jazz Chisholm had one home run with a torpedo bat, game 1 of 162.
Did you guys hit like 10 homers? And
We had a bunch, but a lot of them weren't even like.
Woo!
A lot of them weren't even like torpedo bat home runs. Like Judd has never used a torpedo bat.
yeah, exactly.
Aaron Judge can use a fucking toothpick in a home run. He can use a tennis.
Dude, what's going? How is he just?
I mean, he's just like.
Is he ever gonna get into a slump?
He's.
Is he ever gonna like cool down?
in the playoffs, unfortunately, is when he doesn't.
Yeah, that's a sad, honest answer.
But I mean, he's like. I mean, the last like few years, he's been like.
He needs to have
He's definitely been one of the greatest hitters that I've personally got to see.
He needs his A-Rod 2009.
Yeah, it's crazy because his first like year or two on the Yankees when he was like dominating, he was really good in the playoffs. And then he had this. Everyone, the Red Sox fans joke it was when they're on that run where they're playing New York, and then we lost to the Red Sox. And like since then, he's been bad in the playoffs.
Frank, I put a question up.
What is that? Strasburg and Rendon.
Oh come on!
I will not say Strasburg is a bad signing. It's just unfortunate that he broke down. You rewarded him for winning World Series MVP and bringing a championship to Washington. So you can never be upset about the money that went to Strasburg. It just his body broke down. His body failed him. But he won that championship for Washington, a loser organization that has never won anything, never even been to a World Series, even as the Expos. And they won a World Series. And Strasburg was the World Series MVP. Yeah, every dime he got, he deserved. Rendon, well, after he left Washington and went to Anaheim, he just started robbing money. So that's a terrible contract. Terrible contract. You know, the deal with those punch ballots is, early computers would actually, and the computers were the size of this room, by the way, will be able to count them.
So when they feed him that?
Yep. And they made a noise. The reels would turn.
Now, did you visit one of these places, or did you see this on a documentary or something?
Documentaries. Where have you been taking it from?
Broadway.
Oh, God, that's a bad line.
Oh, yeah, Ken Jack's had some real issues.
They just changed the entire morning schedule. No notification, no emails, everyone has the app. Just send a notification out of the app. Everyone on my line was like, where the fuck is the train? Like, oh, left 5 minutes ago because they shifted the schedule by 5-6 minutes.
I always say it to Frank. It's not the delays when you don't even know what's going on. It's just when you lose your mind. I got kicked out of StreamYard, so I'm not seeing the chat right now.
That's weird.
Oh, my
Thank you, Frank. You follow on with true crime at all?
What?
You follow on true crime at all, just in general?
True crime?
Just for example, like Karen Reed, like are you watching any docs, any
Here and there.
that kind of stuff?
Here and there.
You think she did it? Are you up on it or not?
I'm not up on that one.
You watch it. I think it was. I can't remember if it was Netflix or HBO did a really good doc on it. I was fascinated by it.
Hey, Susan StreamYard won't let me back in. It's like weird. It's just like a page that says. Yeah, no, that's what I tried to do. Just keep saying no healthy upstream. That's what comes up.
No healthy upstream? That sounds like you're up Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, it says no healthy upstream. I don't know. It sounds ridiculous, but I swear to God, it's a white screen with that in the top left.
I wonder when I'm going to get my flight information.
Well, then we're fine. I God. Upstream connect error, disconnect, reset, or headers, reset, using shift timer. Maybe. I'll get logged out of that. Yeah, I'll just go sit next to mine. Frank, I'm going to sit next to you so I can see the chat. Ah. It's fun seeing Mike Francesa there.
Yes, it was. That was good.
He's such a sweetheart. Loves you.
It's going to be interesting to see if St. John's is really that good.
Yeah, we heard the Johnny boys are loading up. Hey, how you doing? They let Singer go, what, 80, 90 pitches?
Nah, he gets up to 100 now.
Yeah?
It depends on stress innings. You know how they have the K? How they usually have the Ks for everyone?
Yep.
They've now come up with a digital ghost holding a fork when Singer has a strikeout.
Why a fork?
Because he throws something called a ghost fork.
Oh, I didn't know that. What's a ghost? Is that what Gary Cohen was showing?
Yeah.
Or what they were explaining?
Yeah.
So explain to it. What's a ghost fork?
It's a pitch that looks that he's come up with. Here it is. That looks like it's hittable and then drops out of the zone, and they
Isn't
swing
that
and
like
miss.
what a slider is?
The fork ball's thrown a little differently.
But it's similar, right?
Yeah.
Like the same idea?
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference? Yeah. What's the specialty of a cutter? I feel like you don't see a lot of cutters. Rivera used a cutter. He's like the GOAT. Why don't we see anybody else use a cutter?
It's a curveball that curves the opposite of a regular curveball.
So is it just that it's so hard to execute?
Yeah, it cuts. Yeah,
that's why we don't see it.
Yeah, basically, it's a reverse curve.
Is anybody currently throwing a good cutter?
Yeah, hard to tell.
Literally no one, because you think
not
everyone would
not
try
like
to
Rivera,
do it.
Not like Rivera, but it's a stressful pitch on your arm.
Has anybody ever done a Rivera impression, kind of? Like a player?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But that's why he's the only player ever to be named unanimous to the Hall of Fame.
Wonder if it ends up like Kareem Skyhook. It's just like a one-time thing.
And then you know what they play when he strikes somebody out? I never had a Sega system, but Senga.
I had a Senga Genesis in in Belgium.
Well, he
Sonic the Hedgehog. I used to play.
he got released, but and now he's on another team.
Get that.
Won
There
the
we go.
game where the Mets had a reliever named Genesis Cabrera, and he sucked. But he was there for a couple games, stunk it up. They released him. He's now somewhere else.
It's a cool name.
There was a game where Senga got relieved by Genesis.
You must have had a field day on Twitter.
It's actually what Senga lost that game. It was one of the games I went to. It was that last game against the Diamondbacks at home.
That's a Verizon commercial? I didn't see that coming. I thought it was like a pro police, pro firefighter thing, which seemed
Well, I
great.
guess-
And then all of a sudden, Verizon.
I guess
popped.
Verizon handles their communications.
Yeah, fair enough.
Comment section seems to be a little down right now.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if that has anything to do with also when I just got booted out.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, Mikey's calling. Hey buddy, did you get kicked out too? So we're still in it. The only thing is it doesn't seem like anybody's in the chat anymore.
This is fucking weird.
Oh, okay. So I'll check the chat on YouTube right now. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So is he still up on Twitter though? Okay. Sounds good.
What is Twitter going a little goofy?
No, it's StreamYard that's being goofy, so I'm checking the chat now on YouTube. Great, you're still live though, Frank. But that's why the chat's stagnant. That was a good call, buddy. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Mikey. Shout out Mikey Betts. All right, sorry, chat. I'm watching you now in YouTube because StreamYard died. Derek from the chat, we're here. Kyle. Oh man, like John Travolta and Saturday Night Fever. I'm not sure we're staying alive. I love that. We're alive. We're alive. The stadium tours, we're going to start releasing some more, and we're going to be working on hopefully getting Frank some more first pitches this summer and going around. Just catching up on the chat here. Sorry, you guys, we didn't see all of these. Some Let's Go Dolphins. Jenks, you think?
Yeah, we
the
had a
Timberwolves
chat
will
up
get
here, and it
KD?
just
No,
and it
I
just-
don't see them getting. I mean, I don't know. KD could go anywhere. What am I talking about? I have no idea. Knicks could get Hurley. I don't know.
that's not going to happen.
Tank fresh cut. Correct. All right, I'm scrolling down. All right, we're going on the fresh chat now. Ba 23223X saying disco. Frank, if the Mets could trade, if they made a move at the deadline, what are you looking for? What do you want?
I want another hitter and another pitcher. Maybe another reliever too. Because you can't have too many relievers.
Sounds like you want another everything.
Yeah, well, we'll see what's available. They got the pieces. They just got to make sure the pieces line up right and they're not overpaying. But I think the Mets are gonna. I think the Mets will make a major move at the deadline.
Think there's any chance KD goes to the Knicks?
I think there is a chance, and I don't think that's a good move for the Knicks.
Would you trade Towns for him? That question will torture you.
Yeah, I would.
I figured you would, but yeah. Frank, if you're having a nice linguine,
Yuck, bad swing.
actually, I know the answer. He's allergic to shellfish. He wouldn't have either. It was white or red clam sauce.
I'm such a way he could put out. He can fall really far. So I'd be like, it's not that bad. Like I know that about myself.
All right, Francisco.
You're never gonna get like
Feeble Frankie.
you don't see that.
It's Feeble Frankie.
Francesca told Frank today that until the Mets go on a 3-game losing streak, he needs to shut the up. He didn't really say it that way, but that's pretty much what he said.
2012, 13,
Feeble Francisco.
I mean, congratulations to Jeff. He's completely been exonerated of the word. Frank, this is a really good one. What advice would you give to a Pirates fan right now, just going through it? Just total misery in life, and they're a Pirates fan. What would you say? And don't tell anyone to go jump off a bridge.
I'm sorry, your owner sucks. I mean, Bob Nutting makes Bob Nutting is so bad. He makes Wilbon look like George Steinbrenner. I mean, Bob Nutting, spend nothing, do nothing, cares nothing. Pirates win nothing.
If the Knicks got Joel Embiid, I would probably stop watching the NBA. I think that would be it for me.
Yeah, Sixers will never trade him to the Knicks. You know, Joel Embiid, he says that next year he wants to be load management, that if he plays more than 5 minutes in any quarter, he gets to take the next 2 quarters off.
Would he tell you that?
That's
Or is that just one of the voices you hear?
the Joel Embiid rule. And if he plays more than 10 minutes in a game, he
The
can take the
most
next 3
likes I
games
ever
off.
got on Twitter was like 130,000 when I quote tweeted the NBA is suspending Joel Embiid 3 games for openly talking about load management. And I just quote tweeted and said, if they want to punish him, make him play 3 games in a row. 130,000 people like that.
You know,
The amount of videos and content I put out.
that
That one sentence.
There's no threat of him ever being on Frank Walks because he can't walk. Because he doesn't want to walk more than 20 feet.
You'd tear both his Achilles by the end of the wall. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's going to get clipped, so we're never walking with Joel. Oh, well. No Joel, oh, well. Frank, on the dozen, what do you think about Celebrity Mashup?
I hate it.
Now, without being selfish, knowing that it is an interesting thing and certain people are good at it, do you think it belongs in the show?
It's our downfall. It's what kills us every year.
All right, I like it, though. You're saying, but it's in the show, so it is what it is. So none of you guys are into pop culture, it seems like. That's probably your problem, right?
Nick and KB are okay with it.
I
I'm
never
just
know.
done.
Whenever I see one of those, I have no idea. It also just weirds me out.
Once in a while, I might be able to pull off a TV or a movie like question, right? I'm helpless on on music because Jeff doesn't know that music actually existed before 2010, and I've seen enough advertisement of TV shows during the sporting events that I actually know a little bit about them.
I mean, knowing the NBA, I wouldn't be like that shocked if somehow Joel Embiid got into the Hall of Fame. But if any, it would just be. I wouldn't get me. That sort of thing never would get me angry. It's more just hilarious. But the NBA Hall of Fame is a very open, like.
The Basketball Hall of Fame is
kind of let everybody in.
The Basketball Hall of Fame is a joke.
Well, it's not a joke, but it's not as tough. I'll put it this way: I think it's handled better than baseball. Where baseball they're all snooty and exclusive. I'd rather people.
Yeah, that's
open, you know what I mean.
Well, it's not just that it's not open; it's that the NBA doesn't have a relationship with the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, I've been to the Hall of Fame multiple times. When I was a kid, I liked it more, but when I went as an adult in Springfield, on the way up to Bay Path College,
How do you not have?
It was pretty feeble.
How do you not have plaques for these players?
Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
It's pretty feeble. When you were there, did they still have the court? They used to have a court you could shoot on.
They do.
They did, yeah. Do they keep that? I thought they might have gotten rid of that.
No, they still do.
They still do.
They actually have on that court, you can shoot into a peach basket.
Huh. My jump shot's not strong. My game is really like a late 80s Dennis Rodman is how I play basketball. And it's why it's not really good for me to play pickup with friends and stuff because I black out and it can get a little bit out of control. It's the only time I really have no self-control.
But
Great defender, great rebounder.
Very disappointed in the Basketball Hall of Fame. They don't get a lot of memorabilia either. Don't get a lot of artifacts.
Imagine if they let you and me just like redesign the whole thing. We'd fucking crush it. You know what I'd make, Frank? Like a hallway where like hallways would be dedicated to different types of players. So you'd have their plaques and then you'd have screens with all their highlights. So you walk down like hallways that are just like epic.
They do have computer screens, but you can watch that at home.
Yeah, no, they don't use it correctly. They're like they're small little
And to me, what I would do is I'd split the Hall of Fame. I'd have professional room and the college room.
Jenks Beverly, best compliment ever. Frank, have I not said to you, I kind of have Pat Beverly's game.
Yep.
He's obviously much better offensively because in high school he dropped about 30 a game and he's an NBA player. But the way he plays in the NBA is like how I play against regular humans.
But they need plaques. They're not having plaques. I'm not asking them to have the bust like they have in the NFL Hall of Fame. Hockey has these glass plates where they etch the players' faces on it in their career information.
Frank has said multiple times that someone in the chat just said Tom Chambers belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
People forget how good he was.
He's the only player that has 20,000 points not in the Hall of Fame.
That's true.
It's good stat.
Only one who's eligible
Yeah.
that has 20,000 points not in the Hall of Fame is Tom Chambers.
It's very interesting.
Was he an asshole to the media or anything like that?
I don't know. I guess he just never
Kind of fell
was.
through the cracks. He made a bunch of all-star teams.
He won an All-Star Game MVP.
I remember, what was that, 86?
87.
87. I was close. Clem, are you ever going to do another older one?
Yep. I'm going to be doing a 24, potentially a very long stream. I'm going to go until I win a title nonstop. I'm going to do it the year before LeBron gets drafted.
Yes. I love it with the players that like I've kind of forgotten.
And
if you need any support on that, let me know.
I'm going to be going until I win titles.
That's what I'm saying.
I might be here for days.
If you need someone here for weird hours.
It's going to be tough. Hopefully it doesn't take too long.
So you're going into 2003, 2004 season. Do you know what team?
Haven't decided yet. That'll be in July.
I love seeing the old 90s players. Yeah, Kurt Schilling not in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it seems like the baseball writers keep players out for everything from steroids to actual just personal vendettas, which is kind of insane.
Schilling is pure politics, and as soon as he hits that Veterans Committee, he's in.
I think he might have already been up.
No, he hasn't been on it yet.
He hasn't been on it yet?
I don't think he's been on it yet. I think maybe his first year on it might be this year. But I don't think he's God, I fucking walk.
I hope I'm wrong, because I want him to be in it. I hope you're right.
Because his last crack was only about 3 years ago with the Riders.
Someone asked, will Russell Westbrook get in? I'm going to say not only is he going to get in, I think he'll be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's already, I think, underrated and underappreciated, but he's a special player. There's not really anybody you can compare to Russell Westbrook.
He cheapened the triple-double, but
I don't even know if that's fair. He plays so hard, and his biggest problem, his biggest adversary is himself. Like he has no self-control, and I respect that.
He did not get in, Frank, with the Veterans Committee.
Really, that shocked me.
He got 7 votes. He needs 12.
Roy Halladay?
He's already in.
It was the year McGriff got in, Frank.
Jeez, that
Isn't that a
shocked.
shame? And you can disagree with his politics, I don't care. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you know the problem is that's not being run by Tony La Russa.
You're right.
And
The
Tony La
committee.
Russa is basically
The secret committee that allows people on the
And
ballot.
Reinsdorf. Reinsdorf.
It's
Yeah.
what a crazy system. My God. Little transparency never hurts.
They do at least say how many votes people got, but they don't say who voted for whom.
Yeah.
And it's 16 guys. And you need 12 votes to get in.
in 1994.
Yes, I think Westbrook made the 75th anniversary team. And I agree, a championship makes you if you're a superstar, it takes you
In
to another level, but
1994,
come on. Not everyone
After
wins.
years and years and years and years of people like trying to get him in the Hall of Fame, they loaded the Veterans Committee with Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, Don DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and Yogi Berra.
Who are they trying to get in? Rizzuto?
Rizzuto.
Yeah. I actually don't mind him in, Frank.
I don't mind him in either.
Because he was a great announcer.
Way to get out of the inning, Senga.
I don't mind him in either.
That's why.
But
Frank, that was huge.
they
Shout out.
really loaded the ballot with his buddies.
He has no business being in the Hall of Fame on his playing merits alone.
That basically the early '90s, they put
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio and
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio and Ted Williams on that committee, and Joe DiMaggio was like his champion,
Oh, yeah.
and Joe DiMaggio was like his bet.
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio didn't have many. He's kind of like standoffish.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Joe DiMaggio's best friend on the Yankees was always Rizzuto. That was always his friend, and DiMaggio, he used to he did commercials for Wheaties, and he hated Wheaties. They put him on the Wheaties box,
Yeah.
so he'd get shipments of Wheaties, and he'd end up giving it to Phil Rizzuto. Says I never had to buy any cereal because DiMaggio didn't like the Wheaties, and I loved them. What?
That's funny.
He never had to buy any Wheaties.
That's funny.
And you ever hear the story that his hitting streak ended one day late, one day too early?
Because of Heinz.
Heinz,
I know.
Heinz had a thing. If he hit 57, he would have been paid.
And then he got hits the next 14 games after,
yes,
right?
he would have got when his hitting streak ended at 56 games. Heinz had to offer if you get 57, 6 figures.
That's the old joke. Ken Keltner saved Heinz a ton of money. Because Keltner made 2 great plays that robbed DiMaggio that streak.
Clayton Kershaw?
Oh, first ballot.
Lock.
Not even a question. You'd almost say unanimous, potentially. He won't. But
No, well, Ichiro didn't get unanimous.
I know.
I'm afraid I think the Knicks will retire Melo's jersey. I don't think they should. I think Denver will, and I think they should. I think his jersey belongs up in the Denver Raptors.
Denver's not going to retire it for a long time.
That's when he was at his best.
Denver's not going to retire it for a long time.
Well, they also traded him, so it's they
Well,
should.
don't you realize who wears his number?
Number 7 is it Jokic?
I think he wore 15.
Oh yeah, he did wear 15. You're right. Sorry.
So
Yeah, Jokic.
that number is not going to be retired until Jokic's number is retired for Jokic.
Oh, that is weird. I didn't think of that, Frank.
Well, you know what just happened, don't you? When Randy Johnson left the
Yeah,
Mariners,
I forgot about Jokic.
Randy Johnson left the Mariners, and they gave his number to Ichiro. They retired the number for Ichiro, and now finally, I think next year or maybe later this year, they're gonna
double retire.
They're gonna double retire it for Randy Johnson.
That's good. There's no reason not to do that.
Bill Dickey, Yogi Berra.
Yep.
It would be really silly if they were like, sorry. So then they could do that with Melo.
Honestly, I kind of think that'll stop them from retiring Melo's number. Maybe I'm wrong.
Altogether, you think?
I just feel like Jokic has come in and been so good.
Well, yeah, they won the title.
How many years did Carmelo play there?
Yeah, I think it was 8 years, maybe.
He got retired.
Conference
right?
finals. Yeah, he was
Am I
great.
crazy?
He
got
should have won
retired.
Rookie of the Year.
I'm a Melo guy, so
They were never going to give him Rookie of the Year.
It's crazy that he didn't get Rookie of the Year.
You would think Jokic is on a trajectory to be the best player in the history of the
Yeah, no, I'm not
Sure.
Jokic is
So I
better.
just wonder
There's
if
no
we feel-
doubt. Yeah.
Because I feel like that's really awkward to be like, yeah, we had this guy who won 3 MVPs, a Finals MVP, all this, and then we're also going to retire.
But
this
can
guy
you have
who
the
won-
2 banners?
I don't think it lessens.
Yeah,
think
no,
so?
I
no.
don't
The
know.
Yankees, Bill Dickey and Yogi Berra both
I
great.
don't know.
I don't think it's an
feel like
insult
I
or
feel like
anything.
in the modern era, it just would feel strange.
I think if you take the man into a room and you have a conversation with him,
I think it's the right thing to do, though.
I don't
I
think.
think so.
Yeah.
I'm all for giving Melo.
Well, Mariners are doing it now. they're finally going to put 51 up for Randy
You
Johnson.
just told us this.
And Ichiro. So
It's
I
Ichiro's
guess-
number.
I guess that's fair.
I think it's the right thing to do. I think
I'm
Carmelo
all
should
for
have.
giving Melo like any flowers he can get. I think people still try to like give him too much shit, but I don't know. That's a weird like. It almost
Did he get another one?
It almost feels.
Oh!
It almost feels.
Stay
like
fair!
Is it fair?
Yep, hit the
Damn,
foul ball.
there.
Nemo!
Nailed the ball.
It almost feels like,
Nemo's been on
like
fire.
Yeah, since he got the sledgehammer.
Yeah, I know.
Like he should have just been told like.
They shouldn't have given it to him.
Yeah, that's what they
Like that's how it feels. Like it feels like because he came after Melo was like,
Right.
gone.
Frank,
yeah,
if your
oh,
life
yeah.
started today, what would be your 4 sports franchises?
What do you mean?
If it was like a Men in Black situation, but you got to choose beforehand, but once you came back into reality, you're now the way you love your teams, you would naturally love these 4 teams. What 4 would you pick? Would you just stay with the same system you got, or do you think you'd be happy with 4 teams that are like traditionally great?
Probably stick with the Mets. Probably stick with the Devils.
You're sticking with everyone.
Not basketball.
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe Knicks. Maybe Knicks.
All right.
And one thing for damn sure, I probably wouldn't be a Dolphin fan.
So who'd you go to? There we go. We get one new one at least.
I was gonna pick a different NFL team, Brian.
You got to go Jets. You were born for the Jets.
No.
It's one of the
He
saddest
should
misses.
be a Giants fan. He loses a couple wins.
Maybe he's a closet Jets fan. Maybe that's the truth.
No, it would
Clemmer's
be
right. Giants.
it would be the
Hey,
Giants.
who wants to be a Dolphins fan?
Hey Ev, you want Frank on your team?
Frank, you want to talk about a roller coaster of like a run?
Frank will throw 2 Super Bowls in your face and tell you
we either win the Super Bowl
Or go dog shit.
it's better than the Dolphins. Better than the Dolphins.
But they are Jersey based, unlike the
Yes, I agree. Frank does just seem like a Jets guy.
I couldn't root for that team.
It would have just been wild to see that tank energy through like those Super Bowl runs.
Oh, imagine. Well, I guess it doesn't make.
Especially the first one.
He
like,
loved when the
people-
Giants
people
won because of
believe
the
a lot
Dolphins' undefeated streak. So like he didn't want the
That's
Patriots to
fair.
win.
That's fair. Hey,
So that was a
Giants-
big game
Giants-
for him,
Giants
anyways.
adjacent.
Yeah, he loved the Giants for that. I think that's what right. Isn't that is that why you just said that?
Probably.
You have some love for them because of that.
And I kind of like that. I kind of like that '86 team
Oh yeah.
with
LT, Harry Carson,
Mark Bavaro,
yeah.
Phil McConkey.
Navarro was unreal.
Frank, what do you think about Fireman Ed? He's to me, he's kind of a fugazi. Didn't he go away and then come back when he thought they were good again?
Yep.
He did. He checked out. He checked out at a point in time, which if you're a sewer fan, you can't do that.
And then did he check?
The whole point is
Has he
he's ride
checked
or
back
die.
out again?
I don't think he's checked back. He checked back in when they were like
Aaron
when they
Rodgers.
thought they were going to be like, okay, yeah.
And I'm sticking with this prediction. I've made this multiple times. I want this to be on the record a billion times. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers just fucked their franchise up. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a pure disaster. By middle of November, he's going to be benched. And he might even get released.
Would you like
But if
Frank
that's
Wallace?
my only think tank is if that's the case,
Sure, but
it weirdly almost would be. I don't want to say good for them, but I don't think he could totally tank a franchise right now because he would just be done in a year and they just move on. Like he can't drag you down.
but it will be like a cold slap of reality to the Pittsburgh
because
Steelers.
they've already been in this like purgatory. So
Yeah, it will
if they truly bottomed out, and honestly, and this next quarterback draft is strong.
It will get them out. It will at least get them out of purgatory, but it might get Mike Tomlin fired.
That's interesting. I don't know.
It might get Mike Tomlin fired. Like I honestly think
I think
That-
it'd be a big mistake. But
I think the Steelers are going to have like a 5-13, 6-12, 6-11 type season,
wow.
and it's going to start. It's going to start week 1.
Within the
Yeah.
Justin Fields is going to throw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw two interceptions with a pick 6, and the Jets are going to win week 1 by it's good. Like Jet fans are going to be deliriously happy, and then next week, Reality's going to hit the right up the face. Jet fans are going to be deliriously happy after week 1. They're going to win that game. It's going to be like 38-10.
Just give up 38 points? Yeah, they're going to smack the Steelers.
Jeez.
Like Fields is going to throw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Rodgers is going to throw a pick 6. And they're going to be deliriously happy. And then the next 3 weeks, the Jets are going to just be back to the Jets being 1-3.
There's a big outage going on right now, like across a lot of different type of internet servers, including StreamYard.
So that's why it's been a little crazy.
Yeah, there might be some big issues going on. Frank, might need you to step in.
Ooh, that was a nice pitch.
If I could do it all, if I could be born with a fresh brain, I would choose to have grown up a hardcore Bulls fan because I watched Jordan in the late 90s. And I used to, when the Knicks were already eliminated, I would root for Jordan because he was the great. I was just watching Van Gogh. But if I was actually a Bulls fan, I can't even imagine what that was like. Mikey was a little too young, so he just missed it.
Do you and Gary Coach just called that thing?
What?
Mr. Scream.
Who's?
Oh!
Oh, so you called it? Oh, my God.
Fuck!
Oh no!
Oh, my God. No way. No
So his
fucking way.
hamstring?
Yes, it is. Minai is still a month away. And Montas doesn't look good at all.
Senga. It looks like Senga may have pulled his hamstring.
How do you do it?
Bad throw by Pete. Reaching and making the tag.
Did the
What's a hamstring?
He pulled his hand.
Yeah. All right. It's not good. It's not the end of the month.
So normally like 6 weeks.
Pitchers might be 10 weeks.
What a shock, Frank. I was thinking more maybe 4 to 6, Frank. Depends how bad
Depends- yeah,
depends the grade of the strain.
Yeah.
Okay. Could be 2 weeks if it's a light strain. You don't like that reaction. All right, he's out. He's walking around.
Oh, that's a very good sign. That's a very good sign.
Home from the game.
But the fact that he's walking.
That's not the end of the road. I heard ankle. I'm like, oh my God.
Look at
his
him.
ankle. He's fucked.
He's moving
He looked
okay.
like he was in excruciating.
Yeah, no.
No, that's fair.
The first
That's fair.
20 seconds, he looked like he was.
You
That
okay?
could
You
be.
good?
That could be. Oh God, Jose Castillo.
I also heard like his ankle. You break your ankle.
At least it's a
He
6.
He just immediately went down. It was looked like he was like dying, crying.
We have. Look, we have too many starting pitchers is right now. Believe it or not. So like,
Well, this is why the
this
Mets.
is why you do it.
The Mets had the tools to get a big starting pitcher.
I agree.
The
So,
question
like,
is, would the Braves make a trade?
I don't think so. Not with us.
Who do you want from the Braves?
Sale.
I don't think you would with us, Frank.
If they send him to the fucking Phillies,
No, they won't. It would be not the
Out of
Astros,
division?
Phillies.
God, not the Dodgers.
That could be now. That could happen. Frank.
Maybe the Yankees.
That could happen too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do the lefty arm.
Oh God, sending Sale to the Yankees would like
Oh, Red Sox fans. Yeah.
would like.
Have two lefties at the top of our rotation.
Both former Braves.
It's a free sale. Just like they're 1-2 from from last year.
Last year.
The Braves. The question is just how much will the season fall apart? Because right now they're at a point where they can still maybe make a run, but
They're running out of time.
They're 10 games under 500. They haven't looked good, and it's a point now where they have so many free agents that they're gonna be big sellers. He would have been fired last
You're
week,
probably right.
I don't think.
What sort of thing? Blackburn gets a start then?
probably.
Blackburn's called in the dead of night.
And then
Take his broken wings and learn to fly.
I just hope that Senga it's a minor strain or a cramp. That's just we got to
I'll
hope
make
for.
a cramp, right?
Wasn't walking too badly though.
Yeah, the way he walked looked good, but we'll see.
If it's a month, we'll be fine.
I was saying, I don't mind just throwing them in 10-day IL and see how it feels. Why not? Or
15.
for pitchers, right?
I don't think Frank would ever want Scherzer back. I know how he feels about that man.
No, he fucking sucks. He's fucking washed up. He's a fucking asshole, and he can't even fucking stay healthy.
He's always hurt.
I was right.
He's on a good team right now, and he hasn't pitched. He started opening day, and he hasn't pitched since.
Frank, do you remember when the Mets drafted Elvis Presley's relative?
Oh God, fucking yes.
Well, when did that happen?
1993.
It still hurts you that much? It's not the same year your Apple crashed during your midterm paper, and you haven't used Apple since. I mean, I didn't bring up a dead relative. Take it easy. We're talking about a random draft pick.
How was the fourth run scored?
Nemo Homer.
Oh fuck.
Easily.
Okay, let's just go over some of the players the Mets could have drafted. Billy Wagner,
What
who-
year are we in?
1993.
Okay.
Billy Wagner, who eventually did play for the Mets, and is going in the Hall of Fame this year.
Great.
Derek Lee, very good player. Chris Carpenter, very good player. Alan Bennis, had an all right player. Torrey Hunter,
Jesus.
perennial all-star. Jason Varitek, all-star.
What a catch!
Oh!
What a catch! Tyrone Taylor, dead center.
That's,
Ball was on a rope.
that's
and
why he plays.
dove.
That's why he
Did
plays.
you see that whole
Yes,
catch?
it was.
That was unbelievable. Look at this.
Woo.
Web gem. That must have saved at least a run, no?
Yeah.
Maybe two?
No.
No?
It would have been it would have been 1 run in, 2 outs, run on third. It would have been triple.
Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you. That was a fucking great catch. Okay, so then what happened? They passed on all these good guys, and they went with Elvis. How is this person related to Elvis?
Cousin. Oh, and let's go with here's some more players they could have drafted. Scott Rowland, who's a Hall of Famer.
Heard of him.
Jeff Suppan, who was
Heard of him.
who shut them down in 2006, and basically was the NLCS MVP. Brad Fulmer, who had a good career. Matt Clement, Billy Koch, Brian Moeller, Scott Spezio, who's another Met killer. Mark Loretta, R.A. Dickey, who of course later played for the Mets. Alex Cora, Keith Folk.
Frank, what pick was the Presley relative? Just to get a sense of how many names you might read, because I know these drafts used to go like 80 rounds.
8th.
Yeah, okay. So you have like 200 more people if you're going to name. So back to the actual story. Did the Mets draft somebody simply because they were related to Elvis Presley, or was the guy good?
He never made it past AA. And it was his cousin, Kirk Presley.
Did he play the guitar?
Nope, but that's all they had told you about is Elvis's cousins coming in Mets. Yeah, you had Al Harrison going out there. I'm all shook up. They said that you could have drafted Alex Rodriguez for next year. Nope, we want Elvis's cousin. They said that you could have drafted any Hall of Famer, and Al Harrison said, nope, I'm all shook up. Fucking suck, Kirk Presley.
Well,
I have a.
Took you almost 6 innings to have your first rant.
Kirk fucking
It
Presley.
was about 19.
How could you bring up Kirk fucking Presley?
Shout out to the chat. Way to get to Frank. He's having a great day.
I mean, the Mets have made some. Kirk Presley, 8th overall.
I can't believe he didn't even play the guitar. That's honestly the most disappointing part. Yeah, Frank agrees. Game 4 is going to be the decider.
Like tonight, I think in hockey, I think if the Panthers lose, they can still win this.
It's funny to think that they must always have a really good draft pick, but I don't really ever remember them having good rookies. Like I remember Keyshawn.
Well, he's number 1 overall.
What year was that?
96.
Yeah, I remember Keyshawn being good, and that was exciting. Have they had a good pick since him?
Here and there, but
Here and there.
they've made some bad picks, like Blair Thomas over Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith.
Yep. They drafted a quarterback named Ken O'Brien.
Emmitt Smith from the Cardinals.
You mean the Cowboys?
Played on the Cardinals.
At the end of his career.
Emmitt Smith from the Cardinals.
Michael Jordan on the Wizards.
I was trying to. You never heard that comedy bit? Jeff Epstein, the New York financier. So what do you talking about the financier?
Yeah, but
What a catch!
that was a great catch.
Holy smokes! The Jets could have had Warren Sapp. Who'd they pick that year?
Like Kyle Brady.
I don't even know who is that, a quarterback?
He's a tight end. Like they've made some. They drafted Ken O'Brien over Dan
Didn't
Marino.
everyone know Warren Sapp was like completely dominant?
Oh yeah,
How did they pass on him? How good was this Brady character?
not good, and
He off the field stuff.
Oh, Sapp did.
I think he had character questions.
that's
Which did pan out, but he remained very good at football. Won a Super Bowl.
Arguably the best interior defensive lineman in this era.
I remember him on the Bucks with what was it, Derek Brooks, outside linebacker?
Yeah, that defense.
That defense. And Lynch running around. My God.
like fans were chanting "Sap, Sap, Sap."
Oh yeah, I've seen that clip. They thought that they were definitely getting him.
The in 1983, the Jet fans and Dan Marino had a bad senior season. There was rumors of drug use, and a lot of teams got scared off of him, and he fell to the 27th overall pick. And the Jets were picking like 25th that year, and needed a quarterback. That was their weak position.
Oh, that's strange.
So
Doesn't sound like them.
they drafted like a division.
There we go.
They drafted a Division II quarterback who actually wasn't bad. Now, Ken O'Brien wasn't that bad.
82 out single.
Ken O'Brien wasn't that bad. But they drafted like this from the the fans are going, Marino. And then the New York Jets draft quarterback, yeah, from California Davis.
Who was it?
Ken O'Brien.
He was good though. He was obviously not Marino good, but he was solid. He probably was the best of the group besides the big three. I guess Blackledge was okay.
Jets drafted Frank, one of Frank's favorite players ever, a Danny Ainge relative.
Eric Ainge.
Because I know Danny Ainge played baseball too. People,
But that was like a 4th, 5th round pick.
another single.
That was like
from
a
Taylor, who just made the catch.
That was like a 4th or 5th round pick. Eric Ainge was just like a reach. It wasn't like anything.
Is Tyrone Taylor like starting to put together a season here?
He's not been bad. Eric and
Does that mean he's been good, or has it just not been bad?
He's been okay.
His bat's fine. It's just you playing for defense.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely saw that, and you saw Beatty's bat start to.
He's a solid 8 to 9 hitter.
Okay.
Eric Ainge, he actually went to a high pedigree school too.
The Knicks were one pick away from Steph Curry, unfortunately. He got picked one pick before the Knicks, and knowing the Knicks, they would have found a way to not draft him, or they would have drafted him, and then after he had his early ankle injuries, they would have like traded him or something. The Warriors don't get enough credit. There was a time where Steph Curry's first couple of years had tons of ankle problems. He was undersized, and they could have stuck with Monta Ellis, who's criminally underrated and great player, but they stayed with Curry, and then it worked out.
And boy, fans really were up in arms about it. They were like protesting.
Yeah, people forget. Monta Ellis was a baller. He was a baller.
They were protesting. They retired Chris Mullin's number right after that trade, and they booed the owner throughout the whole thing.
I got a good one. Frank Thomas or Jim Thome?
Frank Thomas.
In the prime?
Yeah. Jim Thome had a...
Sorry, was he the big hurt?
Yeah, Frank Thomas is the big hurt, yeah.
Did Jim Thome have a nickname?
Not that I know of, but both of them are Hall of Famers. Thome ended up hitting more home runs. He had 600 home runs, but I think overall,
it's a good walk.
In terms of clutch and batting average and everything, I think Frank Thomas was a little bit better than Jim Thome.
Bases are now loaded.
Pitching coach
outs,
coming out.
just
2 outs, sadly.
Very sadly, there's 2 outs. Is he going to get yanked, or are we getting just to talk?
Talk.
What's he saying? He's just buying time for the reliever?
Maybe a little bit of that. You know, here's the key thing. With Senga now hurt, and I don't know if it's going to be beyond this game. Might miss a couple of starts. The bullpen yesterday not having to work.
Shout out
big.
Peterson. I mean, yeah, if you pitch a complete game, you're giving the whole fucking staff the day off.
Plus, on they had a whatchamacall.
Wow, I love those.
Extra inning game on Tuesday. So
holy shit, he bats .339 with the bases loaded. Lindor's up. Francisco. Almost hit Lindor and just forced a run in. 3-0 count. This guy's throwing a lot of balls. Not what Frank likes from pitchers.
Oh.
You got it. It was in.
No, it's just a good take. When a pitcher's not, you can't throw it, and it just had
especially with 2 outs. Let's see if we can throw another one. That was a strike.
You know, a lot of times these pitchers get wild on purpose, and then you get fucking nails.
Sandbagging people?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, you sound like you're disgusted. That just sounds like gamesmanship. Lindor grounds out. We're through 6. 4-0 Mets.
I'd like to get more runs. Now, why are they advertising this like it's boxing?
That makes absolutely no sense. We're looking at some of the best soccer players in the world putting on boxing gloves and mouthpieces with Bruce Buffer. What is this?
It's the Club World Cup.
No. Why are they dressed as boxers? Are they going to fight each other?
I don't know, but I don't get the commercial. I don't get it.
Can you imagine how big the budget was for that? To get all those guys time and everything?
Probably zero.
Someone spent a lot of money.
Probably not.
What do you mean?
The Zone is actually the ones showing it. Like the Zone got the rights to show it.
Okay.
You know, DAZN.
Yeah.
So it's advertising that the Zone is showing it. So it's a promo. So it's in house, and for the soccer players, since it's their money and livelihood that's going to be showing this, they have to do the promos because it's part of the livelihood of the promoting the event.
You spit right on my face, you motherfucker.
Well, I didn't mean
God
it.
damn
I
it.
didn't mean that.
I didn't mean it. All right, I forgive you. Son
But
of a bitch.
it just came out.
Oh, I forgot what we were even talking about. It's like when the pigeon shit on my head.
But it's
Oh, Frank, I need to go wash my face, take a piss. What were you said? Oh, well, how do they get the advertisement slot? You don't think they pay for that?
well, they have to pay that for the commercials, but you're talking about making the commercial. That's where the expense of
I'm gonna go
are.
wash your DNA off my fucking face. You punched me today, and you spit on my face. I just want that on the record.
Well, you were just in the general direction of where I was talking.
Yeah, no, I forgive you.
Oh, look what they're showing! They're showing the suicide tower.
Oh God.
Golly, Castillo just stinks.
See the woke in the bullpen?
Yeah. Yes, he is. He's like the guy that you don't want to see out there.
The Warriors with KD were no. I don't think they were the greatest team of all time. They could have been if they stayed together longer, but I don't really think people remember how close they came to losing. The Rockets should have beat them. They had a game 6 and game 7 where they could have beat them. James Harden just buckled. Chris Paul. Those guys didn't know how to win big games, but like they didn't dominate like other
Chris
teams.
Paul in
had.
Game 7 is like what's he like?
The 2001 Lakers only lost one game to the Sixers. The 96 Bulls lost one game to the Knicks, and then the Sonics got 2 when they were down 3-0. Those runs were, and the Sixers in '83, they dominated. There were some teams that ran through the playoffs. Warriors had some bumps.
Yeah, they lost one game to the Bucks that year. That was the year the Bucks beat the Celtics, or the Celtics basically.
Talking about '83?
Yeah.
Sixers.
The Celtics went out in the second round because they wanted to get Bill Fitch fired.
How many outs did Castillo get? 2?
2.
Take it. LeBron with Miami was his best run period to me. Yeah, probably physically. I think 2018 with the Cavs might have been the best LeBron for me.
You know, Sengo's leading the league in ERA too. Fuck.
I think comparing teams from different eras doesn't really work because they literally play with different rules. So if the Warriors played the Bulls, it's a million different ways the game could be played.
Here's what will happen.
But the Bulls match up great against that team. Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan for perimeter defenders, you can't really do a lot
Here's
better.
what happened. The Bulls, well, then the Warriors will find a way to
And they got Ron Harper.
I just found out I'm going. I'm pretty excited.
the Warriors will try to focus on trying to keep Jordan, and then they'll have their secret weapon, Steve Kerr from the 3-point line.
Do you think Steve Kerr, the coach, would be able to adjust to stop Steve Kerr, the player?
No. Steve Kerr will hit a big shot.
Do you think Steve Kerr, the player, would say something snooty to Steve Kerr, the coach?
Steve Kerr, the coach, would definitely say something snooty.
Would the player be snooty, Steve Kerr?
Nope.
He'd be nice.
Well, Jordan didn't let him talk.
Jordan kept him in line. Got it.
Jordan didn't let him
He
talk.
kept his leash on him. After he punched him in the face, he thought twice before speaking.
Yeah, Jordan didn't let him talk.
I know what it's like to be on a team where the captain punches you and for no reason, and you just have to move on with your day. And then once you think the day's moved on, then he spits in your face.
Or you're just in the track of spittle.
It's just bad luck. Just like when the pigeon shit on me. Frank, best Spurs title run.
Oh.
For me, it's very, very clear. Actually, I shouldn't say that. They had some very great title runs, to be honest. I give you reasons for each one.
I think it might be the one where they beat the Nets.
I'll give you a reason for each one. 99, the argument would be it was only Duncan's second year. And the conference finals, people forget Sean Elliott made a miracle shot, and they might have had trouble with the Blazers, but ended up sweeping them. Harry, we're live here, buddy. And then 2003, you could argue that's when they ended the Lakers dynasty. Big double play, Mets out. They ended the dynasty and then beat the Nets.
Yeah.
2005, they stopped the Pistons from repeating. 2007, they crushed LeBron, even though that team, I think, won 67
I don't like that
games.
one. That's the one team I don't like.
Probably the least of them. And then my choice, honestly, would probably be 14 to come back from the devastating loss against the Heat to beat that super team, and specifically the way they played. No team passed the ball.
If you ask
like
me
the
which Spurs team is
2014
best,
Spurs.
I would
Nobody.
go 2003 because you had David Robinson in his last season.
Yeah, he was a bit old, though. He was getting like 12 and 10.
You had Duncan entering his prime.
Prime.
You had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili establishing himself as stars. Plus, you had Robert Horry. That team, I think, was the best.
I think they were. I don't know if you'd call them stars yet, but they were getting there.
But
they were like significant role.
But
players.
to knock off the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe.
You know who else is underrated now? Like as time's gone on, people forget how instrumental Tony Parker was.
Oh, yeah, I said
in playoff games.
Tony Parker.
He used to fucking
kill
people.
Wasn't he a Finals MVP?
Yes, 2014. He destroyed.
He was the best player on the team that year.
He was the best player. He destroyed the Heat.
He was the best player.
He destroyed them.
I thought Kawhi Leonard was the MVP that year.
Oh, maybe it was. No, I think it was Tony.
When they lost, when the Bosch rebounded. That series, Tony Parker.
You might be right. It might have been Kawhi. The chat will probably
correct me. The next one, Kawhi was for sure, but that one, Tony Parker was the best player. They couldn't guard him.
Tony was unbelievable, and also those OKC series. People forget they had to beat the Thunder both those years with Durant to get there. And my God, those were great.
I think
series.
he did win the Finals MVP, but I don't think it was that one.
Yeah, you're right. 07 he won. He won 07. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He won 07 against the Cavs. Yeah, Duncan got in 05, 03, and 99 against my Knicks. Yeah, it was Kawhi in 14. That 14 team, though, Frank, the way they passed the ball, that was the most pure basketball.
Yeah, because
they had a stretch against the Heat where I think they made like 28 of 29 jump shots.
You are right that Parker won one, but it was definitely 2000. Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, no, I got mixed up.
Because Kawhi Leonard was like that, the secret weapon from that team.
Well, there's that famous clip of LeBron at the free throw line when he looks over his shoulder and he sees Kawhi at the scores table to check in, and he literally is like, "Fuck." You ever see that?
Kawhi Leonard, overall his career kind of is going to be kind of like, but he had 2 massive runs. He brought a championship to Canada. Like his only year at the Raptors. The Raptors sold their soul for that championship.
He was a special player.
Yes, he was never going to resign. He was never going to resign in Toronto, which is sad. But
Well, yeah, clearly not. Things could literally not have gone better.
he got them a championship. He did what he needed to do. And the Raptors may never even come close again. May never even sniff another championship. But that banner will never go away.
Neither will Drake. Die hard. He's at every game.
Oh, there's his hit.
There we go, Clemmer. Soto hits a double.
There's the hit.
Seems like Juan Soto might actually be pretty good at baseball.
I don't know what the first 6 weeks were. He's definitely this is definitely the Juan Soto I was expecting.
It is weird. Normally, baseball players bat the exact same average the whole season. Like, they're just totally consistent. No ups and no downs. Frank, what do you think about the NHL trying to get back in Atlanta?
I don't know why.
Well,
They
isn't it a big market?
They got 32 teams. Well, Atlanta has failed twice as a market.
We're talking expansion? They're not moving somebody?
Yeah, no, it's failed twice as a market.
Yeah, I think you taught me that in one of our 20,000-hour car rides.
I don't know why. Is it because TNT's involved? Do you think now magically fans are going to flock to Atlanta games? Nobody went to the game when they were the Thrashers. That team didn't last 10 years. Or it barely lasted 10 years.
So then that is a good why. Why do they keep pushing it?
The Flames, nobody ever went to an Atlanta Flames game.
So why do they keep thinking it's a good idea?
I don't know.
That doesn't really make sense to me.
I don't know.
They get taxpayer money, get somebody to build a stadium, an arena.
So,
Good
yeah.
walk, Pete.
What?
What city do you think should get an expansion? Like, if you were, who would you give it to?
I'd give
Who do you think it would work? Like, what city?
I think Houston deserves a shot at NHL.
Okay.
I would have, if you asked me last year, I would say Utah would not have got one. Let's see. I give a team to Houston, and you know what? Milwaukee.
Okay, interesting. Those are just, I like both of them. I like those.
And if
I would have never thought of Houston, but I don't hate it.
fourth largest TV market in the United States.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Milwaukee makes sense too.
I agree. I wouldn't have thought of it, but that makes sense.
Milwaukee may be easy, cold Midwest city. Like, obviously, a lot of hockey roots in Minnesota and that part of the country makes sense.
Not just Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Of course.
Yeah.
The University of Wisconsin's won quite a few national championships in hockey.
They won it in women's this year. Beat Ohio State.
Do you remember when Lindros didn't want to go to Quebec?
Yep. Now, Quebec would be an interesting in a bubble, but Quebec's such a hard, difficult sell because it is exclusively a French-speaking town.
Bonjour.
That
Je
is
m'appelle Mathieu.
that is like that
Comment ça va?
that like
François.
no American wants to go play in Quebec, and they have a tough time even getting like English-speaking Canadians who want to go play in Quebec. It's like a tiny, really tiny town that's got loyal fans, but they just cannot. I don't think they could ever be successful.
So do they chant in French?
Oh yeah, God.
Double play. 3-7.
I have news for you. Kuhn's going back down to minors.
You're going to break the news early?
When Vientos comes back, I think he has to go back down to minors. He's not hitting. He's not playing. He's so young. It's better to get him at bats in the minors than just have him routing on the bench.
And then who do you bring up?
Vientos comes off the injured list.
Is that Syracuse prospect almost ready?
The one that I was talking about last week?
The one that we might do a walk with?
He's not in Syracuse. He's in Binghamton.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And he's a pitcher.
Still, is he anywhere close or no?
Probably not. He's in Binghamton. He's a pitcher. And they basically are careful with pitchers. There had to be a lot of devastating injuries to the pitching staff for them to even think about bringing him up this year.
Is that more physical or psychological that they're delicate? Or a combination?
Protecting pitchers.
But physically or psychologically?
Physically.
Because you go up and you just throw your arm out?
Yeah.
Do they actually get their velo significantly up from college to pro?
But it's just so harder that you might throw harder, you might overthrow, and that might cause an injury.
So I would argue it is kind of psychological too.
It's a little bit of both, but it's just how they handle it. And you realize the fakest commercial ever.
The Devils originally were the Kansas City Scouts?
Yes, they were. I actually got a Kansas City Scouts jersey.
Frank, who are you picking in the College World Series?
Arkansas.
You said it correctly. You're breaking, brother.
Oh, you mean Arkansas?
You're breaking, bro.
Arkansas.
Not pronouncing the silent S's? What's going on? You got Illinois in there?
Well, sometimes they call Arkansas.
Yeah, whatever. You spit on my face and punched me today. He just laughs. The NHL also had a team in Cleveland, but the franchise went belly up because of poorly run ownership.
Yep.
Cleveland and poor ownership.
They were called the Cleveland Barons.
Oh, that's a good name. And how did they fuck it up?
Well, they were originally the Oakland Golden Seals, the California Golden Seals, the Oakland Seals, the California Seals, the Oakland Seals, and the Oakland Golden Seals.
What? Did you just short circuit, or was that a full thought?
They put an expanded team in Oakland, and they were originally called the California Golden Seals. Then they shortened it to the California Seals. Then they became the Oakland Golden Seals. Then they became the Oakland Seals, and then they moved to Cleveland, where they kept changing their name every year. What?
What years was this?
68 to 75.
Was everything done before you were born?
Yeah.
Get that. Baby. 2 outs, top of the 8th.
Then they moved to Cleveland, played 2 seasons as the Barons, and basically they merged 2 struggling franchises. And the Cleveland ownership merged with the struggling Minnesota North Stars into one franchise.
And did they become powerful?
They went to one Stanley Cup final a couple years later. Lost the Islanders. You know what's ironic?
Everything.
10 years later, the partnership split. Minnesota North Stars were sold and eventually became the Dallas Stars. And the owners of the Cleveland Barons got an expansion team in San Jose. And that's how the Sharks were born.
Oh! You know how animals went through evolution over tens of thousands and millions of years? You know all of the evolutions of sports franchises.
But they they had various names. They're the Oakland Seals, California Golden Seals, Oakland Seals, and it's like they just kept trying to rebrand to like draw their fans, and they just couldn't. They couldn't draw a market. They didn't have like a market.
If you were to start a franchise, how would you like hit the ground running? What do you think are the important things to engage a new city? For example, hockey team in Houston. What are you doing in Houston?
Well, you first off, you promote it. The season before you get your team, you ask the NHL to allow you to have an exhibition game. Then you begin having legendary hockey players come to the city and explain hockey, like introduce the sport. You bring like a showcase. So you get the exhibition game, preseason exhibition game with some big stars. Say, okay, we're getting hockey next year. This is what you're going to be seeing. So you start off that way, and then you bring in players, past players, legend, Hall of Famers. You bring Wayne Gretzky down. You bring Martin Brodeur down. Just like, okay, Houston, this is what you're going to be seeing. This is what you're in store for. And then you sell the team. You build hopefully you build a good draft. You get a good expansion draft. Get some quality players, and the NHL sets it up so you could actually get a competitive team. I mean, the Golden Knights went to the Stanley Cup final in their first season.
Remember that?
Seattle, not so much. Seattle has actually had a better season or expansion year than they had this past year. So they haven't quite been able to connect, but they sold a team. Yes, Seattle had a team in the Pacific Coast Hockey League win the Stanley Cup in 1917. So they were able to latch onto that. So you sell the game. And that's how you do
what
it.
I think the Suns owner did? Any local gets Suns games for free. To me, that's a really good way to build your brand. I don't know how much money you're leaving on the table, but I would assume you're making more on the back end.
You know who did a good job? Utah. They didn't have a nickname this year. They're going to be the Mammoth next year. They basically shared the mascot. Jazz Bear became Hockey Bear.
Are you surprised by the popularity in Vegas for the Knights?
No, I
Somebody
thought
asked.
Vegas was waiting to become a big market.
Marte!
Not a homer, but a double. Good hit.
Double off the wall in center. Do you think he should have caught that? I know it's not an error, but
It should have been caught.
yeah. This is a tough play, though.
All right, no, I'll change that.
The ball's coming in hot.
Yeah.
It's a tough play.
Yeah, very tough play.
I thought it hit his glove,
No,
but it hit the wall.
Frank, is Judge better than Ohtani?
Yes.
Even if Ohtani's pitching?
I think Ohtani should not pitch.
He hasn't at all, right?
He's getting ready to pitch.
This year?
Yep.
And you think that's a mistake?
I think he's better off. He had his best season ever last year, and he didn't pitch. 50-50.
No, he is one of the best pitchers when he pitches, right? Historically or no?
He's
Like one of the better in the league, I meant, right now.
He's a mid-level pitcher. He doesn't suck, but he's not great.
I thought he was very good. What's his ERA?
Like maybe a high threes or low fours.
Okay, so nothing crazy.
He's not terrible, but as good as hitter as he is, I think you might diminish his hitting a little bit with his pitching. And if he could actually get a glove and play right field, I think he would be better off.
You want to see him in right field, not DH? Got to play both ways.
I think he would be a better outfielder than he is. That if he actually tried to play outfield, he actually probably could develop into a good outfielder.
Wade Boggs or Rod Carew?
Rod Carew.
Why?
Oh
man, they just threw Marte out at third. Look close.
I don't think that was a smart steal.
That was a tough tag if you got him. He did it behind his back.
Trying to catch him sleeping.
That was a perfect throw.
That was not a good decision. You don't want to be the first or the
The
third
catcher
out.
literally put it on Marte's helmet. That was an incredible throw.
It was a good. It was a good play to get him,
Yeah.
but it was not a good
Yeah, they
decision.
had a guy, they had a runner in scoring position. That was
No.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
With
you
no
don't want to be
outs.
the first or the third out at third base.
Because you figure any ball in play, you might get him to third innings.
I mean,
that throw was something else.
it was a good throw, got him, but it was not a. The risk reward did not calculate. You don't want to. That was not a good decision.
Frank, what was your favorite Stanley Cup run for the Devils?
2000,
Why?
knocking out Eric Lindros.
What do you get against Eric Lindros? Isn't he one of the greats?
He's an asshole.
Do you walk with him?
He's irrelevant.
Wow. Okay.
He's almost forgotten about now. Never never was as great as people thought he would be.
Also,
basically
good point.
just
Stealing third
concussions.
when a lefty's at bat is not very smart either, right?
Yeah.
It's a very clear angle.
Yeah. The Rangers traded Chris Kreider. Strangers to the cup. It's no secret the Rangers fucking suck. You want to talk about bad general managers? The Rangers got a Butte in Chris Drury.
A Butte?
Oh God, he is.
I've never heard you say that before.
He is incompetent.
How do you just come up with new stuff all the time? He's a Butte.
He is incompetent. He is a buffoon. He's a moron.
Buffoon.
And I would never want him to.
Oh, error at first.
I would never want him to be a general manager of my team. Yeah, that's on the first baseman.
Alonso would have had that.
That's the best thing that Lonzo does.
Other than hitting clutch home runs.
Well, fielding wise. Oh, they gave it on the shortstop.
Really? That seemed pretty fieldable to me.
It did. It was. But I'm talking about fielding wise.
Yeah, he's good at digging them out.
Digging the ball out in the dirt. That's Pete Alonso's best asset, fielding wise.
Frank, all-time favorite Raiders players.
Lyle Alzado. He'd definitely be one on my list.
I love Rich Gannon's sidearm.
I actually ran into Rich Gannon.
Where?
Vegas.
When?
Super Bowl week.
A couple years ago when we were there?
This year. With Mikey. I was on my way to the walk with Cameron Dicker. And I just ran into we bumped across paths.
There's so many people always, whenever it's Vegas, they're like, everyone's
New
within
Orleans.
like 2 blocks. Oh, yeah, New
New Orleans.
Orleans. You said Vegas when you started.
Oh, I thought it was.
That's what I thought 2 years ago.
No, New Orleans this year.
You had a lot of walks.
Yeah, he said that, you walk with my coach. You talk about Gruden.
I've connected.
It'd be nice to get a nice walk with Rich Gannon.
Frank, Dak or Tua?
I'd rather have Tua.
Really?
Dak's not good.
Yeah. Just that I think Tua is a ticking time bomb.
Well, Tua just can't stay healthy.
That's what I'm saying. Not that Dak really can either anymore.
When healthy, Tua is a better quarterback than Dak.
Who do you think's better, Dak or Romo?
Romo.
Yeah. Just never really had any success in the playoffs.
Neither is Dak.
That fumble against the Seahawks was so brutal.
Neither is Dak.
Has Dak ever? He won one playoff game. Is that right? One.
Yeah, something like that. The Cowboys haven't been, and I think Romo also just won. The Cowboys haven't been to the conference finals, the conference championship game, since 1995.
I think I have a better favorite Raider.
Who?
Bo Jackson.
Oh, he's great. That's a good one.
Monster. Stole it from the chat, but still.
Lyle Alexander was a pass rusher. Also played for the Browns and the Broncos. But he actually became an actor too. But he's a pass rusher from Brooklyn.
I was raised a Knicks fan. That kind of happened naturally. Yankees fan. A Redskins fan because my dad lived in D.C. in the 70s. From the outside, but didn't really watch. Rangers fan. And then Manchester United was a very important team in my house because my dad's British. So that's like a 50-year thing.
Yeah, 3 outs.
But Knicks were always number one.
But the Lyle Alexander is a Brooklyn, and he had that Brooklyn attitude, like kind of like had a good personality. Became an actor. He might be my favorite Raider of all time.
Who do you think's better, Chris Greer or Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones is an owner.
He's also a GM.
Jones. At least he understands.
Would you rather
offensive
have
line.
Jerry Jones come in and be the GM of the Dolphins? I know it's impossible, but
Yeah.
It'd be an upgrade.
He just
Thank you,
tickets
Chris.
too much.
So, ask Phil his expectations for Dart.
I don't think he plays this year.
Phil doesn't think he plays this year.
Why is Mikey Betts calling?
Probably
He
to
loves
help.
to call you when you're live.
Probably to help with something.
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're still live, and the ninth, the top of the ninth is coming. Senga's hurt.
Okay, so with YouTube and everything is down right now, you're still live, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But when you guys are done, just exit out, and then I'll end it when the power outage or the outage or cyber attack, whatever the fuck it is, done.
Okay.
All right, so we're still working though, right? Oh, we got some super chats here. I didn't know that.
I just read it, Frank.
Oh,
I love that.
Mikey, he
I
was
love you to death.
he was
Like,
outraged by
first
you
time
calling.
I'll answer.
He goes, why is Mikey calling? And I said, probably to help you, Frank.
yeah, but it's money time now. I gotta focus.
Oh, money time, right? Well, I'm just letting you know, right? Also, I would have called James, but this is like the only day he ever just did.
I missed another call.
He did.
I got to get my notifications back on, Mikey. I'm sorry.
You know what it is? He's become Angel Hernandez. He keeps missing the call.
Yo, so true. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you.
Oh, also, Frank punched me today and spit on my face, just so you know.
And HR don't care.
Nope.
Well,
All right.
he was just in the path of me talking.
Frank, that doesn't make sense. There's a thing that we have. It's called awareness, Frank.
Well, I didn't know why I was spraying. I said I sprayed it instead of saying it.
You knew it when you did
When
it.
you see a wall, do you just walk through the wall?
I've seen him do that. He's
Well,
like a
I was
Sims
talking.
character sometimes.
I was talking and just like I sprayed it. What can I say?
Oh, right. Like it's like when the music's too loud, you can't see when you try. That's what it's like. Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, it's the ninth inning.
Frank wants to get off the
Showtime
phone.
right now.
Anything else you want to talk about, Mikey?
It's just money time right now. That's all I want to talk
It's
about.
money time.
You guys
Stanik's
are
in the game. It's the ninth inning, and Stanik has had 2 blow-ups against the Nationals already this year.
He needs a haircut.
All right, so I'll call you when the game's over. It's 2-0. He's thrown 2 balls.
You don't need to call me.
Mikey, get off! You're ruining the game!
Mikey!
Mikey!
Hang up,
The
Mikey!
Mets are blowing it.
So I'm on the phone and it's my
Yes, your voice is making balls miss the strike zone.
Mikey, I'll call you back when the game's over.
He doesn't want you to call back. He doesn't want you to call back.
Please don't.
He's Frank, you do that to me all the time too. All right, I'll call you back later. It's like I don't need to talk to you later, man.
Look at this shit.
Mikey Betts, no.
He should not have called.
If the Mets lose, Mikey might need to get on Indeed. Start looking for a new job. The fact that Phil started yelling at him was awesome. Phil, Mikey, get off the fucking phone. Yep, the chat thinks the Mets are going to lose now because of Mikey.
And here we go.
Oh, no.
Mikey, this is called the Mikey Police collapse. And Sagan's going to be out for the rest of the season. This is what Mikey did by calling at that moment. And they can't put Diaz in until 3 batters are on. And then it's going to be bases loaded. And it's going to, Buster Only dancing. By the way, Buster Only's the doctor. He's going to start as the doctor, and he's going to break his leg.
We got all the way to the 9th inning.
We
got all the way to the 9th. I mean, we are so close to home. He knows when to call. Money time. He always calls during money time.
I mean, his
money time.
His habit of just calling it the worst inopportune
now
moments.
Anytime he calls, it triggers you because it's just your brain is wired that.
Look at this. And look at this. You can actually feel it. You can feel the momentum of the game changing. Ever since that fucking phone call.
You think Stanek feels that because of the vibration? All right, come on, get a strikeout here. No more fucking around. He said the Mikey Police collapse. That was an all-time line. If they lose this game, that is what it will forever be known.
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Come on, Stanek.
Huh? They're definitely going to blow this game now. They are definitely going to blow this game. Look at this. You see it? It's Ryan Stank! Against the Nationals this year, he's 0-3. He's blown 3 saves against them.
Can't call during money time.
Look at this. Ball 1, ball 2. Look at this. They're teeing off.
Foul ball.
That was clearly a foul ball.
Mikey just didn't get the hint that don't call it the 9th inning.
Good pitch. This has become the biggest game of Mikey Betts' life, and I don't even know if he knows. His career's on the line. It's all in Stanek's hands right now.
You know the Nationals this year against Stanek he's pitched. This is the 3rd time he's pitching against him. He's allowed 8 runs and hasn't even gotten. He's only retired 2 batters. Look at this. Way outside. That's not even a competitive pitch. That's oh, fuck. They're going to tie this fucking game. They're going to score 7 runs. And it's all Mikey's fault. Look at this. Here it is. He thought that he's nibbling.
Mikey, turn your phone off, kid. He needs to go into witness protection if this goes the way I think it's about to go.
Mikey! You're the reason the Mets lost this game!
They're up 4-1.
Look at this. No, look at this. Diaz didn't even know. Diaz is going to go. He's going to get injured too. He's going to blow it and get injured. He had not enough time to warm up.
Warming up for the last 10 minutes.
Nope.
He's been warming up since the start of the
Ryan Stanek! He has not retired a batter against his team. He's got an ERA of 3 blown saves. This is all Mikey's fault. He knew. He called on purpose.
Saboteur. Still up 4-1. Just bring in Diaz and close it out. I mean, give Mikey a point.
They just announced Senga tore his hamstring out for the season.
That's not
They
true.
just announced it.
Are you being serious?
Tore hamstring.
Hey, Frank is blaming the entire Mets game on you, so just want to give you a heads up.
And they said that they said that
like literally,
they said that with the phone call,
I mean,
it caused the whole season to fall apart.
because you're going to cost them the whole season. So, no, but they've let up a run. They're up 4-1. He's assuming they're going to lose.
Put it on, and Diaz is coming in with no round to warm up. Diaz blows every time this happens. Ryan stank.
It's up. You can only imagine.
Yep.
Yes. Mikey Betts called Frank before the start of the 9th inning,
And he was on the phone. And as the first 2 hits happened. And he wouldn't stand up.
I think they're going to be okay.
No, they're not.
Is Diaz coming in now?
Senga's hurt. And now they're going to blow a 4-0
Are you
lead.
being serious about Senga? Is there actually an announcement?
Yep. Mr. Only tweeted it out with a smiley face going, great news out for the season. And it brings joy to my heart. And he announced on the Michael K show. And the two of them are going, and Michael K said, singing this is the best news he's heard all day.
So it's not real?
Michael K and Buster Olney. Look at this ball. He's going to walk the bases loaded, and then you're going to have a grand slam home run. It's obvious to Mikey. They have not gotten 1 out since Mikey's fucking wrong time to call Mikey. Look at this.
Mikey, turn your phone off.
Squeeze! Look at that. They're not even close.
This could get pretty bad.
I told you he didn't have no time to warm up. When he throws like that, that's when it goes bad. It's all Mikey's fault. Bell had 8 for 8 with 8 home runs lifetime against Diaz.
Bases are loaded, no outs. Mets up 4-1.
Look at this. The Nationals already got their victory pipe going.
Say victory pipe?
Yet they already said that they're already ready to dance the night away. A Curly W.
All right, Diaz, come on.
This is all Mikey's fault. All Mikey's fault. Look at this. He hasn't done it. Look at it. He's going, no. He's going to walk through it. The tying one's going to be on base, right at second base. They've already lost this game. It's Mikey's fault. He hasn't thrown a strike yet.
I hear South America's nice this time of year, Mikey.
Oh my God.
Mikey, what the fuck did you?
You call him? Oh gosh. Don't fire him, Frank. We need him, Frank. Do not fire him, Frank. Oh gosh.
Strike.
You see what you fucking caused? You see what you fucking caused? They're gonna lose this fucking game, and it's your fault.
What is wrong with you? He called you to help with the stream. You maniac. He's literally working for you right now, man. Oh my God, you hung up on him. Now I'm more worried he's going to quit than you're going to fire him. Oh, no.
Ah!
This was such a good day.
It's 4-3 now, and there's the time. They are going to be lucky if this game's only tied now.
It's 4-2. It's 4-2.
Never call before the ninth inning. You gotta know that's a fucking foul number 1. This is gonna fuck your season.
I can't believe you hung up on him. Poor Mikey. He didn't do anything wrong. People think they want to work at Fleming Enterprises. They have no idea what it's like. I'm telling you. You got me crying, man.
This is 100% Mikey's fault.
Get out of this inning, please. Throw a strike, Diaz. For the love of God.
When he didn't have no time to warm up. Yeah.
Throw a strike.
He's not going to. They're going to score 8 runs. And it's all Mikey's fault.
Ooh, we got lucky. That was close.
All right, that's an out.
It's a shallow pop out.
It's an out.
No runs scored. No runs scored. We needed that. That was a big out.
Not now,
That
Frank.
was a big out. That was a big out.
Yeah, we still got to get 2 more. They're
Come
not.
on. We got to overcome the Mikey Balis.
The Mikey, you watch how long the losing streak is. It's called the Mikey Balisi Scarisi. Buster only paid him off.
Buster paid Mikey? You think Mikey's in cahoots with Buster?
There we go.
Frank,
Strike
that
one.
is a rancid accusation. You,
Prove they're not in cahoots, I dare you.
you think Mikey would go behind your back? I can't prove it, Ev. You're right. It's officially a theory. It's out there now.
Look at this. Now another run comes in.
Oh, boy.
And now a fly ball ties the game.
It's 4-3, wild pitch, 0-2 count.
Mikey Betts caused this. It's the domino that collapsed the season.
Man, we're canceling the season again.
And it's because Alvarez can't block a plate.
All right, 2 out.
Big play.
One more, Frank. One
Big
more.
play.
Yeah, but a base hit now wins the game.
Well, they'd
Well,
still
1
bat.
out wins the game.
We still have the bottom if they go down.
Mikey caused this whole thing. He caused this whole fucking thing.
Well, does he get credit if they win?
No.
Okay.
He ruins the run differential.
Gotcha.
on aggregate. He killed the aggregate.
Ah, the aggregate matters. I forgot. Aggregate matters. Mikey Betts! Mikey Betts stays alive! Woo! What was it called?
The Mikey Belize, the the whacking Malisi. Mikey Belize, the Fugazi Jinxie. Or should I call him Mikey Mushy, Mikey Mushy Crushy?
Sounds like you took a load of gummies, but I know you didn't. I just want to thank God for letting the Mets escape that. We were having a great day, and I almost lost one of my best friends, Mikey Betts, and I'm glad he's still alive. Hopefully he forgives Frank for yelling at him and hanging up on him. Overall, good game. Hope the chat enjoyed it. Was that English? No, that's called Flamencia. Oh,
It's called Mikey.
I'm sure that's exactly who he wants to hear from. I hope he doesn't answer. You don't deserve an answer.
Apologize.
That's
Apologize right now.
Well, they won.
not an apology. I'm sorry.
Mikey, I'm sorry. Just don't call in the ninth inning again.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'll see you.
Mikey, you should check. You should check for any clips you want because he came up with all kinds of names like the Mikey Belisi, Greasy, Calypsy, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I know I'm fucked when he uses my fucking government name.
I got nervous. I thought you were getting fired. I thought I was about to lose you forever.
So yeah, as soon as the government name comes out,
Oh, it got bad.
I was on Indeed.
He wasn't kidding either. He really thought it was your fault.
I know he's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Mikey's probably happy I won.
Mikey's happy as a job.
Just another day. Just another day. Thank you, everyone that watched. Your computer's about to die.
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize it.
You have a charger? Did you end the stream?
Yep, I'm ending it right now.
Frank, I gotta do.
Thanks, everyone.